what up, everybody? So here's the deal. I know we're putting out another Evergreen episode. It's been a shitty few weeks. Well, not shitty, actually. I got married. That's cool. But that part is the good part. The other part is me and Aaron have been both really busy. So we have to put out another Evergreen episode. But we missed all the cool things that happened, like the Nintendo and the Sony and the Microsoft stuff. So that kind of sucks. But, hey, that's life. And that's literally why we have these Evergreen episodes. So, I apologize. But, hey, we're here and we have content for you. So, Aaron's also having computer troubles. So that's not really helping. So we're getting this episode out whenever we get it out to you. Listen, I love you. Thank you for sticking with us. So the point is, we're going to be tier listing our favorite consoles. And by our favorite, I mean all of them. And you'll see where the N64 lands. It's a D tier. Just a spoiler. It's not a D tier. I got talked out of it. Point is, sorry that we've kind of been all over the place lately. It's just life has been wild. And we're here. So we'll be back Wednesday. We'll be recording, hopefully. And I say that, and then a meteor's going to come hit the world. So thank you to everybody sticking with us. I do want to give a quick shout out to our patrons, who I'm going to shout out right now. First off, we have JR. Thank you for being a friend of me. You are the best. Viva la JD from the Smackdown podcast. Thank you for being a friend of me. We love you. Everyone go check out check out Friend of Me Fire podcast. You're already doing that. The Smackdown podcast. He's a great guy. Nice. One Up John, twitch.tv/oneupjohn. Thank you for being a friend of me. Matt Bleckinger and Christopher Sullivan, thank you for being on the Evergreen tier. You guys have exclusive episodes. We're actually recording more for you soon to make up for burning this one because our lives are messes. So thank you guys very much for sticking with us. You're the best. And we'll see you soon. Yeah, but like I wanna rank gazebo, Aaron.
Fucking add a photo.
All the main systems are on here and N-Gage. Like,
yeah, I said there was some extra ones on here.
All right. Well, guess what, Aaron? I hit record.
Oh, of course you did, because you're a kumquat.
Oh my god, you fucking hate everything. Just like
I hate you. Not.
I mean,
everything.
First of all, you do hate me. I know that.
But anyways, F Kevin.
Wow.
Sup, guys?
Oh, so Kevin in F tier. Okay, Kevin.
Bingo.
Sure. Wow,
this is our third Evergreen episode. And our first Patreon requested Evergreen episode. We're finally doing it. At the end of the month. We made it. We got the cutoff, guys. It's going to be good. Hopefully it's uploaded by then. But if not, I blame Kevin.
There's a cutoff?
I mean, technically, no. Like, we can do it whenever. But, like, it was for the month we're in right now is when it was requested.
Oh, good. I'm glad I knew that when we went.
Because I told you, they get a request once a month. But, like, we don't have to do it immediately. But we're going to try to get bang a few of them out in the next couple weeks.
We're going to try our best. But Aaron likes to listen to Baby Metal and sleep. So.
And not sleep until 4 in the morning.
I'm too busy not sleeping, Kevin. I listen to Baby Metal all night. That's your fucking thing right now.
Baby Metal's the best thing ever. What can I say?
Well, it's good because, like I was just saying, I finally have a Game Pass machine. So now I can finally properly rank all the systems. I have them all. No, I don't.
Yeah.
Still.
I love the Xbox One so much that I sold mine.
Whoa. You must really like it.
It was so much fun.
Dude.
But yeah, so we're ranking all, like, not all the systems, not every single system ever is on here, but this is a pretty solid list. This is we were given this list.
I got all of them on screen. That's everything.
Yeah, buddy.
That's every console ever.
Few S-tier systems like the N64 on there.
All right, let me just get this out of the way. All right, we're good.
No,
right, so
stop. Now you're messing everything up.
You're messing it up. I don't know where it went.
Put it before the Dreamcast. Before the Dreamcast.
Okay, fine.
All right.
So where do we all right, so notable exceptions. Hold on. I see some that aren't here. The Hyperscan, the best system ever invented, not here.
Where would you rank that? Because I don't even know what the fuck that is.
The Hyperscan was a system that came out...
Sounds like a scanner that you put like a piece of paper in, and it's like, play this Paper Mario game, but it's really just paper.
I'm glad you said scanner.
Mario.
I'm glad you said scanner, because what it was a little thing that looked like a CD case, and you would open it up, and the games would be on, like, CDs. Mind you, this came out when the PS3 and 360 came out. So,
God, it's that new?
Oh, you hooked it up with the AV cables, HD systems out now, screw that. And you would play the game, put it in the CD thing, and then you'd scan trading cards really badly to play a game, and it would load about one match of a fighting game for every time your like fingernails grew to a length that you could cut them.
Nice.
So it was pretty much the best thing ever, actually. So.
S-tier system? Question mark?
Is double S? Does double S exist?
You might have to add the row.
It looks so weird without a beard. I'm never shaving this much again.
Oh, I was going to shave this morning, but I didn't wake up early enough.
Yeah, your face is just coming off with the beard. So
what's that mean?
It's too scraggly, Aaron. You got to do something about it. Aaron's beard. Where does it go in the tier list?
I haven't trimmed it in about a month. That's why I'm straight up neck bearding it right now.
Oh, so you are a Baby Metal fan? Got him.
No.
Oh, come on. All right, where do I start this?
We're starting with the very first one.
The Genesis.
The Genesis. I want to put it in A tier.
I don't. That's a problem. Because, like, as a big RPG person, there are, like, 4 RPGs on the Genesis. And I felt like every game was a platformer. Every game.
I'm more of an RPG person than you. You're more of a platformer. Okay. This is a fact, dude. This is a fact. All I basically play, besides strategy games, are RPGs. And you play and love platformers so much, yet you're the one that doesn't want to put Genesis up there, and I am. Well,
so, like, what's the Genesis, like, main game? What's that? You play Genesis, what's everyone think of?
Well, Sonic, obviously.
Okay, here's the thing about Sonic. We've determined this together. Sonic isn't even that fucking good. The first level of Sonic games are good, and then it's just like, hey, remember going fast?
Well, here's the thing.
Scrap all that.
The Sonic games that were on the Genesis were solid as fuck, though.
No, I'm still referencing the first 2. It was, like, I haven't played 3, to be fair. It was just go fast.
3 was my favorite.
Stop. I don't like.
Here's the other thing. Growing up, I had the Sega Channel.
Okay.
Do you know what that is?
Yeah, your privileged ass got the Sega Channel where you can download games. It was Game Pass.
Yeah, basically it was Sega Genesis Game Pass. And it was fucking awesome. And playing all these random games that I never would have bought as a kid, that my parents never would have bought me. But being able to play all these games, there were a lot of solid-ass games on the Genesis that just didn't get love because it was the Genesis.
Right, but...
Like,
I don't know, man.
You need to go back and play some of those games, dude.
I play a lot of Genesis. I have, like... I mean, I was going to say I have a Genesis compilation, and there's more, but they have the same games on them every time. They're not bad, it's just like... I don't know, like, if something came out on Genesis and Super Nintendo, I played on Super Nintendo because I just like the sound better... I don't know. It was a little more adult system. Even Mortal Kombat, I know, is better on Genesis. I don't know. Something about it feels more at home on Super Nintendo.
I think it's just because you're more like used to Super Nintendo. Personally, I think that's the big thing for you.
It could be, but like,
because a lot of times, if a game's on both systems, I'll play it on Genesis. But that's because growing up, I had a Genesis, and that's what I played.
I just feel like there's more variety on its counterpart than like on the Genesis.
Well, yeah, spoiler, I want to put SNES in S tier, so that's besides the point.
Might be with you. All right, I'm trying to think
SNES is going above Genesis either fucking way.
Other than Sonic, what else have you got to me to convince me?
The Animaniacs and Tiny Toon Adventure games that were on that system,
exclusives, though. I need exclusives.
I don't know exclusives that well,
that's the thing. I need it to be like, okay, what? Like, Altered Beast was shit. Let's be real. Altered Beast isn't good.
It's not even just about exclusives, though. It's about the system itself.
All right, well, then, other thing. I'll give it that the 6-button controller, I love that thing. I hate the 3-button controller. It was kind of shipped with a controller that was useless for me.
I like the controller on Genesis better than I like the SNES controller, personally.
But, like, the 3-button is trash, because, like, in Street Fighter, you have to press start to switch between, like, punches and kicks. That was kind of shitty.
It's kind of a cool feature.
How was it a feature? It was an inconvenience.
I dig it.
You dig it. I want to put it in B.
I still say A, but we'll give you B because you're a whiny bitch.
No, listen. There's only one I'm really gonna fight you on down around here.
Oh, there's two we're gonna be fighting on.
All right, You know what? Where's our third hand? Go grab Anitra. She's at work. She's at work.
She's at work. She can't help us.
Tell you what, I'll meet you in the middle because we said we were gonna, because there's not as many as there were Pokemon. I would give it the top of B if it ends up there.
All right, fine. Because I was gonna put A- is where I want it. So. Do
you want to do plus and minuses? I would do that for this.
I think it'd be just with how many systems there are. It's easier just to like order them afterwards.
All right. And you know what? Genesis could move if we really look at it. You know.
We got to go through the rest of the systems and see. That's the hardest thing about where you start. Is it always kind of like.
That's where that's our like bar. You know.
Yeah.
All right. So then TurboGrafx. Listen, I don't know dick about a TurboGrafx. I've played enough of it to know that it's a fucking money pit.
I was gonna say probably like D or C tier. Honestly, I don't think it's as bad as some of the other stuff that's on here. There's some fun games that you can like not emulate on it.
Right.
And there's some fun that I've had with it, especially thanks to my dude Chris. But like, I don't know, it's something special to me, obviously.
Well, so Bloody Wolf is like my only real TurboGrafx like game I ever owned, and that's because I owned it through the Wii Virtual Console. But the thing that sucks about a TurboGrafx is it comes with one controller port, so you have to buy an adapter that'll let you have 5 controller ports, which is a stupid number. Don't know why. It only comes out in RF unless you buy an adapter that'll let you play in glorious AV. And then half of the really good games, I would say all the really good games, are on the CD attachment, which you have to buy. And then that thing is stupid expensive now, if you can even find one that works. Like, Hue cards are cool, I won't lie. Having it come out a little credit card thing, that was dope. But like,
that's
honestly,
why like I feel like it'd be like it's a money pit. But I think some of the good games and stuff is what kind of propels it. That I would almost give it a C- personally. Like, there's some decent stuff on there.
But like,
I'd have to go look at the list.
That's the
I'd have
thing.
to go look at the list.
Yeah, but
my issue was I had prepped this about a week ago, where I had a bunch of information. I was ready to go, and now I don't because it took too long to do it.
We're fucking doing it live, Aaron. We're here.
Yeah, so that's my problem.
I don't know. Like, when I worked in a game store, I think we had one TurboGrafx come in, and it could have been this one because it's old. But like, it was a pain in the ass to get working because we didn't have the AV thing, so we only had an RF output for it. And nothing thrilled me about it. Like, these were cool shooters on it, but I was like, oh, like, do I care enough about this thing? Like,
what year did it come out? Do you know?
It was like, I know it was like the ass into the NES life because it was actually an NES rival. You want to know what's really shitty about it? It's not even actually a 16-bit system, even though they said it was. It has 2 8-bit processors inside it. So they just called it 16. Funny. Yeah, so it's not even a 16-bit system.
So it came out in 87 in Japan and 89 in North America.
You want to know what's real shitty about it? Hold up. PC. Like, they made ours so big, and, like, only because, like, dumb Americans. But, like, look how cute this thing is. Look at that thing.
Is that the original one?
That's the one in Japan. One? That thing's adorable.
That is. I mean, that one, it makes sense why there's only one controller slot. Right. Like, the giant one, there's plenty of room. They should have had more than one.
Yeah, there's so much real estate on here that they just wasted. Like, I don't
know.
I can't, like, I don't really see the need to bump it to a C. And honestly, the only people I know that really like TurboGrafx games are fucking weirdos. I love you guys to death, but you like some weird-ass games.
Fair.
Like, other than Bloody Wolf.
Anything.
Bloody Wolf is fucking
there's
cool.
Any,
Kanye has an album called the TurboGrafx 16, so maybe that's a C, Aaron.
What is? Sorry.
Kanye West has an album called TurboGrafx 16, so...
S tier.
S tier
right there.
S-tier.
Future president right there.
Oh my god, don't fucking do that. I hope this episode, we bank it for so long, it's like 2028, and we're like, Kanye waiting for president? What the fuck? I don't. I can't remember another game I had on it other than Bloody Wolf when I had a Wii.
Okay, here's an actual like good series. I don't know how to fucking pronounce it, but it's the one that's just YS.
Ease, it's pronounced.
Yeah, apparently that was originally a TurboGrafx exclusive.
It is. I don't know how much you want to bring this into like the argument, but like those games have been ported to everything now. So like, do I
now?
Yeah,
but like for almost 10 years, it was a TurboGrafx exclusive. I'm looking at it now. It was released in 89 and 90 on TurboGrafx, and it didn't get ported. It didn't get ported in North America until 2009. So in North America, it was a TurboGrafx exclusive for 20 years. So at that point, even though yes, it's ported now for the last 10 years, I would make that an exclusive, and I think that's a good way to bump it up to, because that series is a really good series.
Yeah, but like, how many people really talk about Ease?
It's actually growing a lot now. Now that it's like getting ported and like
it's
remade.
on Switch and PS4 now. Right?
Yeah, so now it's finally getting some love. It's actually a really good series, though. I'm not saying we need to bump it to B, but like D plus C minus range. Like depending on the rest of them, I'd go like D plus C minus right in that area.
I'll give you that, but honestly, like I'm a little iffy on it just because it's such a pain in the ass to like get work.
Oh no, that's fair.
But
I think now with the days of not emulating, that we definitely don't do.
Nobody would emulate games.
It's a lot easier to get it working because of things like MAME and the other one.
If you knew someone that would do that, horrible.
Yeah,
thing.
but I have no idea. I would never do such a thing.
No, nobody would do that. So we have Super Famicom. Do we want to just
honestly,
use Super Nintendo at the same time?
Yeah, it's the same thing to me. Like, I'm sure there's like exclusives, obviously, in Japan because like I can already name some off the top of my head.
Dragon Quest, motherfucker.
But like Super Famicom / SNES S tier. No,
I don't think it's an argument. But I'm only putting Super Famicom because it looks way cooler above the Super Nintendo.
That's fine. I don't care.
It
does look cooler.
Do you know why they changed the shape of it? By the way.
Probably because Americans are dumb. I don't know.
You're not totally off. So, apparently, Nintendo said a lot of broken NESs came from kids putting their sodas on top of the NES because it was flat. Only in America, though.
God.
So, they made it more rigid for the American version so kids would have put a fucking soda on top of it and spill it.
That's actually effing hilarious.
That's a rumor. I can't confirm how true it is, but it seems like dumb Americans do.
I mean, yeah, that's...
Do we even need to talk about Super Nintendo like classics like Super Mario World, Super Metroid? If it has Super in the name, it's probably okay.
Yeah, honestly, like there's not much to say besides like SNES is best.
It's actually, I go back and forth between Super Nintendo and PS2 is like my favorite system. It's one of those two.
But I feel like here's the thing, like people can make arguments about a bunch of different systems, about S tier, A tier, B tier. There's almost no one. Older generation of gaming, newer generation of gaming that's actually giving it a shot. The SNES, dude, it's S tier. No one can put it down to A tier if they've actually played the SNES and played games on it.
Ironically, the more I'm thinking about Super Nintendo, the more I want to move Genesis up to A tier now. Because like that whole era was like the best 2D era.
Honestly, yeah.
So like, I mean, I'm trying to even like games that were like ports. You had like the music was a little weirder on Genesis, but like Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, and like looks so good. Like Mortal Kombat 2, I think looks better than 3 a little bit, but like 2 is amazing. What else on Super Nintendo that I got to talk about now? Fucking Animaniacs, we already said. I love Animaniacs. You ever play Odd Real Monsters on these?
I have not. I know the show, but I never played any of the games.
So it's kind of similar, in where it's a puzzle platformer and every monster has like their own little ability you need to get through stuff.
Yeah.
Link to the Past, how did I not say that? Like, the best 2D Zelda that isn't, well, I don't know, Minish Cap or Link to the Past. That's a different thing. I don't know, like Super Mario Kart was cool, but like, the 4 split screen was kind of dumb.
Yeah.
Mode 7, motherfucker! Chrono Trigger? Like, RPGs up the ass on this thing. And they're all getting translated now because of the future.
Future.
I don't know what, I can't. It's probably the best 2D system to me.
One of my favorite platformers, actually, was on both of those, and I just kind of looked up because I was like, I couldn't remember what system it came out for, but Earthworm Jim. The original Earthworm Jim.
Yeah, that was on both.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I just looked. I was like,
I think that game plays slightly better on Genesis because, like, I think it was just made for that, and then it got ported.
I'm not sure. That's how I played it, was Genesis, and I just remembered loving it. So
Earthworm Jim is
I need to go
good.
back and play it. Yeah, I need to go back and play it again.
Except Earthworm Jim 2 had some levels that really, really pissed me off, and I think I put it at like a C tier. But it probably
I heard after Earthworm Jim 1, not that they were bad, but they definitely weren't Earthworm Jim 1.
Well, 2 was like it had some levels that were higher and some levels that were way lower. But like Earthworm Jim 1 is like consistently good.
Yeah.
The whole way.
I think we can agree. SNES is number 1.
With Super Famicom being slightly better.
Yeah. I mean, at least right now. There might be a system or two that comes close, or we might bump like just above it, because I can think of 2 systems that come really close in my head. But we'll get there when we get there.
Alright, let's just put the CDI in F tier.
F tier! What's your reasoning? You gotta give some reasoning.
What? There's no fucking games that are worth playing on it. The only oddities
I did just go through their entire library and was like, nope, nothing I see here.
The only slightly interactive thing that I would care about is the Zelda and Mario game. And honestly, I'd rather watch somebody
Isn't
play.
Isn't the Zelda game on that pretty bad, though?
There's 3 of them.
Well, I only saw one on there when I was looking at their list.
There's one where you play Link, there's one where you play Zelda, and then there's like a top-down, like, photo rendered one, and it's just real bad, and it's not even worth like. It's worth watching somebody do a video on it. I think it's called like. I can't remember, the Wand of Gamelon.
Weird.
I can't remember. Hotel Mario. Hotel Mario would be good if it wasn't on this. Like, it's not the worst game, but like, you've seen all the YouTube poop like videos of like, it's that's the whole game, and Link just talks, and now we know why Link doesn't have a voice because of this fucking system.
This game ruined it.
Oh my god, yeah. Actually, you know what? Speaking of which,
that's hilarious.
I still think somebody should voice Link, but I want it to be whoever did Trunks' voice in DBZ.
Why?
I don't know. I feel like that would fit as an adult.
Like Kid Trunks or like future Trunks?
No, adult Trunks for adult Link, and then Kid Gohan when he's a kid. I feel like I feel like those would be anyway. But they're not good, and I don't know another. What are other games that you've seen like titles for CDI?
Literally, the only thing I knew was I saw Zelda a couple times, like once. I mean, that was the only name I knew. There was nothing else as I was scrolling through that I even knew.
I don't think we had a single CDI game come in the game store when I worked there.
Yeah,
probably for good reason.
Yeah,
it's not. What is it? What is this thing? Is this a Pico, Aaron?
It's a Sega Pico.
I don't fucking care about it. It's an educational
the library, I said library was so small I could see like F tier, but above, like ahead of CDI. Yeah.
We're still gonna. The CDI tried to make a game, but the Pico still above it somehow.
Oh my
Wait,
goodness.
you know what? The Pico did have Pokemon edutainment books, so
it had a couple of like name brand things that probably could put it in D-.
Like
honestly,
what? What is a name brand game on the Pico?
I'd have to go back to it. Like name brand franchise. I mean,
get this list up, Aaron. We're gonna need it for references.
Well, I closed it because I was trying to get ahead, but fair. I was trying not to have too much dead time.
Open up all. I'll listen. I'm fucking great at rambling. Don't you worry about me.
That's fair. You keep rambling. There's stuff with Winnie the Pooh. Okay. A bunch of Disney stuff, Lion King, Disney Princess, Pocahontas. So, like, educational, with Disney, I'd be in. Lego put a game on there.
Lego put a game on the Pico?
Lego Fun to Build, yep. It's a Japanese exclusive, but who cares?
Okay.
Mickey's Blast of the Past. The Magic School Bus. Automatically D- right there. That bumps it up. Magic School Bus is the shit.
Yo.
If you're going educational, nothing tops Magic School Bus.
What? Who's Snoop Dogg's favorite teacher, bro? Miss Frizzle.
Oh, I'm so sick of you.
How did you not know it was coming, bro?
I as soon as you said that, just face on there, just on the microphone. Give it up.
Miss Frizzle, yo, that's good.
All right, but yeah, I say D-. Magic School Bus bumps it up.
Do we want a 3DO?
I'm looking through the games right now. If there's anything that I care about,
I will.
I know nothing about it.
The 3DO was made by, I don't know if he was the president of EA at the time, Trip Hawkins, right? I think that was his name. And essentially what 3DO did, which was dumb, like, you know, pretty much like Sony goes, we're going to make the PlayStation and license out, like, the games. That's how they make their money. What if we did that backwards, where they license out the hardware, so Panasonic would make one, Gold Star would make one, whoever would make one, and then 3DO made the games. So
that's weird.
It was weird, and what that did is it caused the systems to be like $700 because now you're only buying one system from the manufacturer, so they have to make that money up, as opposed to we're going to sell the systems at a loss and then we'll make money back in the game licenses. So they did it ass backwards, which made this system cost like around $600 to $700 in '90s money. Don't forget.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Did the same thing. You have the one controller port, but the controllers actually had a little like Genesis-looking adapter on the top, and you would daisy chain the controllers together for 2-player. So if your friend was being a little dick in Street Fighter, you could just go yoink, pop that right out.
Kev would know that part.
Well, yeah, we had one in the store. We only had the Gold Star one. I never actually got to see this Panasonic one, which actually looks cool. It looks like a little like turret robot.
Yeah.
The only thing I know that's worth playing on is Need for Speed was good, but
really,
then they ported that to PlayStation, so this thing didn't last very long. I think this has the best home port of Street Fighter 2.
Really?
At the time, yeah, I think it was like pretty arcade perfect. And then Plumbers Don't Wear Ties, everyone's favorite game.
Weird.
Do you know about Plumbers Don't Wear Ties?
Never heard of it.
So let's take like a full motion video game, right? Let's say, you're just watching things happen.
Bro, now, they had Wolfenstein 3D on there.
Well, I mean, that was on a lot of things, but yeah.
I know. It was a joke. Bro, there was a Yu Yu Hakusho game.
I did not know that, actually, so that's pretty cool.
It's Japanese only, I think, yeah. It's Japanese.
I'm surprised this thing sold in Japan, actually. But anyway, so Plumbers Don't Wear Ties. Imagine taking the full motion part of the game, and it's just being like pictures in a slideshow with bad voice acting, and the only gameplay is making decisions, but then you just watch a picture slideshow.
Oh, God.
It's really fucking bad. Honestly, I would watch the AVGN video on it, because it's the only way to describe it. It's really fucking terrible.
Oh, wait. I do know. Now that you kind of mentioned it, I did see that, actually.
Yeah, so you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, my God. No.
There's nothing on the 3DO that, like, other than that Need for Speed, which got ported, and, like, that Street Fighter 2. But what isn't Street Fighter 2 on, to play it?
Especially nowadays, literally every system ever.
Yeah, I'm putting it only... I don't know, like, the CDI is actually trash. I don't want to just spam F tier with things I don't care about,
Yeah. So Jaguar, 3DO, D tier, behind Pico, because Pico's at least educational.
I don't know if I want to put it behind Pico. It did have a Yu Yu Hakusho game.
Yeah, but Pico had Magic School Bus.
Well, it did have Magic School Bus. That's right, Aaron. Good point. Other thing, I forgot to mention, do we want to consider the Sega CD and the 32X when we're talking about Genesis or no?
Say that again? What?
Do we want to consider, like, the Sega CD and the 32X when we're talking about the Genesis? We didn't really do that.
I don't think it matters. I think we kind of already established that we're basically, no matter what, it's B+, A-, depending on the rest of the systems.
Deal. All right.
I think we're fine
just
with
give it a footnote.
I mean, if we want to talk about it later, if we want to reorder something and then kind of mention it, we can, but...
Deal. The Jaguar. That existed.
I know pretty much nothing about it. I'm looking at its exclusive games, and there's nothing really that matters to me.
The exclusiveness comes down to Zool 2, I think, which is an okay platformer. Tempest, which is fun as hell. There was the best, air quote with me, version of Doom, if you like playing, like, half the game.
Why half the game?
They just didn't put it all in there. I don't know.
That's weird.
Yeah, it could handle the power of Doom, but not all of it.
The library for this is really small.
Yeah, there's Cybermorph, which is the most annoying. It looks worse than Star Fox. 64 bits, though.
Double Dragon 5, bro.
That's on Super Nintendo and Genesis, so.
I know. I'm just looking at games.
Also, Double Dragon 5 is not even good. It's a fighter.
I figured.
Yeah, I don't know why they did that.
Bro, Dragon, the Bruce Lee story.
Also on Super Nintendo and Genesis, and that game's not good either.
Well, yeah, I'm not looking at the exclusives anymore. You just went through the exclusives. I've said the rest of the library is tiny.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, Rayman, actually. So Rayman was supposed to be an individual, or an exclusive for that. The first Rayman. And
really?
then Ubisoft went, hey, this system sucks dick. And they ported it. So Rayman stopped being an exclusive like as fast as they thought about it.
Good for Ubisoft.
Yeah. I do love me some Rayman 1. Even though that game's hard as fuck. I don't know, what else? What else is there to talk about in the Jaguar? Oh, the controller is a fucking mess.
Is it really? I know nothing about the Jaguar. That's why I'm kind of being quiet here.
No. I'm going to show you the Jaguar controller. Jaguar controller. Let's look this up. Look at this fucking thing, Aaron. How do you plan on holding this?
What? How do you... What? Why is there a number pad?
So, the number pad, like the Intellivision and the ColecoVision, sometimes you can have games with overlays that, like, oh, you know, this button will do this for extra things, right?
Yeah.
Now, Aaron, let's talk about another game that we just talked about. Doom. Doom, a big PC shooter, right?
Yeah.
You switch weapons in Doom by hitting the number keys on your PC. So, guess what they did on the Jaguar?
The same thing?
No, they didn't! They didn't fucking do that at all!
Of course not.
Yeah. And not only that, notice how the buttons are curved the way your thumb, arcs in like a downward motion when you hold things. So that's comfortable. Oh, I'm sorry, you wanted to play Street Fighter 2? You gotta buy the 6-button controller that we love doing for the Genesis. That thing is like rare as fuck to find. It's
okay. This just doesn't look fun.
No. Other thing that sucks about it. So if you ever looked at the back of like any old system, you notice how it's like a male end where like, it slots into the controller?
Yeah.
Okay. Now the Jaguar did the opposite of that, so the male end is on the back of the controller and the female end is the plug. So like there's just exposed PCB where you hook it up.
That's so dumb.
It's very dumb. This is another also not 64-bit system. So like the TurboGrafx, they kind of fudge the numbers on how much processing power it has, where it just has like a 32, a 16, and like 2 8s, and it made 64. It's not a good system.
What we're saying is F tier.
Yes. Oh, also, if you do ever get a Jaguar and you go to plug it in and it doesn't turn on, it won't without a game in it. So you won't know if it works or not.
Lovely.
But the cartridges look cool. Ooh, can I show you the cartridges? Hold on. Jaguar cartridge.
Kev breaks everything.
No. I did break everything. But look how cool they look. They look like little Japanese temples. Got a nice handle so you can pick it up.
That is actually kind of cool.
Ooh, it has an Akira game.
I saw Doom. Look at the Doom. Doom. Right underneath it. In the big picture. Underneath the big picture.
Oh, yeah. I didn't think it looked like that. Also, this game, Kasumi Ninja, is the worst. Oh, it's so bad.
The worst.
Oh, it's so fucking bad. Also, wait, there was another game. I can't remember if it was Kasumi Ninja or... who made this? There's another game that Naughty Dog made when Naughty Dog was like a small company, and it almost broke them. It sold so bad. It was like another like 3D-ish fighter like Mortal Kombat, but they didn't have the money to. They didn't have money.
Good?
No, and they didn't have money to hire actors to play the parts, so it's literally just the developers' friends. Like,
oh my god!
It's so fucking bad.
That's so bad.
What are other? I'm trying to see any other things that look standoutish for this. There's Rayman. Hey, buddy. Why? Don't do this, Retro City Rampage. I hope that's a mock-up. Oh! Alien vs. Predator is actually kind of cool for this game system.
Really? Wow, they have one game. Nice.
Yeah, well, every system's got one,
That's fair.
It's a first-person shooter like Doom, but it's got that Mortal Kombat graphic style.
All right.
Excuse me. That being said...
So F tier? Number one F tier so far?
No, I think it's better. Yeah, it's the best of the worst.
That's what I'm saying. Number one F tier so far.
Yeah. Saturn.
I
gotta be honest. I don't know much about a Saturn.
I'm looking at it, and I'm not seeing anything like it's not great, but it's not bad.
Well, so the thing about the Saturn is it came out obviously when PlayStation and 64 did, but
I feel like it was one of those systems that when it came out, no one gave an F about, and like looking back now, there's some solid games on it, but like
there are a lot of them are Japanese exclusive. It's not hard to unregion lock a Saturn, and the story around the Saturn is when they announced it at E3. Hold on, I gotta remember how this went. They essentially surprise launched it. They told retailers like, "Hey, it's coming out in the holiday. It's coming out in holiday," and they literally went to E3 and were like, "It's out today," and all the retailers were like, "It's fucking what? Like, why? We're not ready for that." So KB Toys actually just said, "We're not selling the Saturn." They returned them all. They were like, "We're not selling it. Fuck you."
Wow.
So that did a big number on them. They also did like that cocky Sony E3 moment of like, it's going to cost this much, it's going to do this, and it's like it's going to be $399. And then actually there's a famous moment of the Sony rep going right up to the podium after the Saturn rep and just going $299 and then walking away. That was their whole conference. So it's the Saturn's good, but in a time when 3D systems were trying to come out and be a thing, it's not good at 3D.
So if we do when it came out and like how it was coming out, I would say like almost F. But because this, if you look back on it, it has some solid games, some solid franchises that were on it. I would almost put it like bottom of C tier.
I would put it in C. The 2D games that came out for it are so good,
Really?
but it comes down
Name
to
a couple.
Well, all the Street Fighter, I think Street Fighter 03. That is the best version of that game because it doesn't skip any frames, so it's almost arcade perfect. Symphony of the Night's on there. It's kind of a trade-off because you get an extra character, and she has her own little section, but it runs a little worse. I'm trying to think of Virtual Fighter's pretty good on there. What other what's it called?
The Nights into Dream games was on it.
Nights into Dreams. That game's okay, but I know people like it. What's it called? Yeah. Burning Ranger. That game is wonderful in that game.
The crazy thing is it's a Sega system that didn't have a new Sonic game.
Sonic R, excuse me, sir. You know, Sonic Racing, which should be good. Actually, they made it good later in life, but
you know what I mean, like an actual Sonic game.
So, that was...
Apparently there was one, but it got canceled.
Yep. What else was on there that was like a big... I'm trying to think of 2D games now,
like
I can't...
I'm not 2D, but there was a series they're talking about at the beginning called Panzer Dragoon.
Panzer Dragoon is a big fucking deal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's those are so basically Night into Dreams, Panzer Dragoon, and Virtua Fighter is the three big series that they talk about on here.
Right. I'm trying to think of anything else.
Looking at the wiki.
Panzer Dragoon Saga is good, but good luck finding a copy.
I'm
trying to think of other Saturn games that come to mind, but honestly, nothing like is really blowing me away by it. So I would put it in C.
I think C is good because it has some really good games. It has some really bad. Depending on what part we're talking about.
Do you put it above the Turbo Graphics though? We'll come back.
I think I would. I think I'd put it number 1 right now.
All right. The PlayStation is an A tier minimum.
The
RPG powerhouse.
Can you let me finish talking? You kumquat.
I was hyping
You kumquat.
Nope.
I don't know. It's A tier, but it's not like, oh my god, God of all systems.
No,
I think PS1 sometimes it's that rose tinted glasses. People look back at it like the greatest thing ever, but a lot of games on it don't hold up well.
No, the whole generation doesn't.
I was gonna say because if you really look at it, so I think that's what endears NES and SNES.
Thank
you. Is that the graphics hold up pretty well because they didn't try to do anything crazy. But if people love Final Fantasy VII, it's a good game. But if you go and play it now, the original Final Fantasy VII on PS1, those graphics don't hold up. They look bad.
Yes.
So bad.
But so does everything from that era.
But at least if you look at Final Fantasy VIII, this is the one thing that I'll know put over Final Fantasy VIII over Final Fantasy VII every time, and anyone who argues is stupid. The way the game looks is better because they didn't try to go with the fucking polygon little fucking people that 7 had.
But it was
like at least it looked better, and it holds up to a degree, especially compared to 7.
Well, that was like gaming puberty. Also, we were trying to figure out how like 3D.
No, I know.
But like 9 went back to that chibi style, but 9 looks way better than 7. You know?
Oh yeah.
Legend of Dragoon.
I just think like a lot of, but that's what I'm saying is like the PS1, great system, but I think a lot of it is because of the way video games grew. I would almost say this was like this going into the next gen after it was like the biggest like powerhouse of time for video games, in North America at least.
Right.
Like it was such a huge deal. Video games were. They still were kind of considered like outcasts, but they were starting to become commonplace where everyone had a video game system. Everyone played video games. It wasn't as accepted now as it is now, but at that time it was like a thing. Like it was everyone was playing video games, whether you like to admit it or not. And I think because of that, because people played so many of these games, a lot of people now who are like us with podcasts and shit in our 20s, then 30s, they look back and like this was their time. This was when it was an easier lifetime for them because they were younger and like just nostalgia, man. Nostalgia is a hell of a drug. I'll put it in A tier. I agree it should be an A tier, but a lot of people would put it in S tier, and I think that's super wrong.
I do love PlayStation, but S tier is wrong. Graphically, the everything looks like triangles trying to fuck each other. Like graphics, it
does have some of the best stories in RPGs, though.
It's an RPG powerhouse. Like I said, Legend of Dragoon, the first Persona. What else is on there? For all the Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9, regardless how you feel about 8, those games are all
three of them are good.
All
3 of them are good.
What do I play? Wild Arms is on there.
Even there's so many like
Crash.
I was like
Spyro.
Fucking it was also like honestly people say that like other systems are the powerhouses of platformers, but if you really look at it, besides like not having Mario obviously because it's not Nintendo, like first like platformers that became really big that weren't like the main platformers you see everywhere, PS1 had some of the biggest with, like you said, Spyro and Crash, and I don't know. It's just I think I don't know. I'm hyping myself up, but at the same time I can't go above A tier.
I can't because like those games are just so hard to go back to nowadays. And they had to work with like we're playing 3D games, but until that DualShock 1 came out, playing a 3D game on a PlayStation was a pain in the ass. And even after it came out, you had to retroactively like not everyone had that controller. So a lot of 3D games like Medal of Honor, it's worse playing it with the analog sticks, even though it's a first-person shooter.
Yeah, I can't play. Yeah. A lot of those older games I can't play because of the controls and stuff like that. Resident Evil, stuff like that.
Speaking of Resident Evil, I stand by this. Every Resident Evil before 4 is bad. I'm standing by it.
I disagree. I think it's one of those things where they're good. It's just the controls are so stupid.
I'm telling you, it's nostalgia blindness. Because if you give anybody Resident Evil like 2 now, the original, not the remake, and they go, play this, they'll go, what? I'm like, play it. Figure it out, man. People love this game. And the first thing that happens to you is a zombie bites your face. You have no time to react, but you have to learn these shitty, bad controls. Like
I know a lot of people who still play it and love it, bro.
Yeah, still play it, meaning they've played it before. But if I handed it to my little brother who grew up with me, and I said, play Resident Evil 2. You play video games. Play it. He'd be like...
Yeah, but the thing is, a lot of games are like that nowadays. It's why there's so many remakes, is because... Like we said, it was a growing period for video games. They were learning how to do things.
It was, and like, honestly, if every game from this era got a remaster, I think it deserves it. Including Legend of Dragoon. Do it.
Another game that was really good that I want to play really bad I haven't played yet is Parasite Eve was a PlayStation 1 game.
I haven't really delved into it, but it was okay. It's more Resident Evil-y.
Not the first one.
Oh, it isn't? I thought it was.
The first one's more of like a strategy action RPG. The ones after the first one become more Resident Evil-y, but...
Have you played, I just lost it, Jade Cocoon?
I have not, but I've heard good things.
It's pretty much Pokemon, but every Pokemon's a bug type.
That's kind of funny.
It's all bugs. But like RPGs, platformers, every genre is pretty much on here except like first person shooters. And even those
had some,
are
like,
okay.
at that time, like really good racing games for the time, like the Gran Turismo series was really good.
That's good. I want to grab my PS1 like discs, but I don't even want to. It's far away. But like, yeah,
the old Harry Potter and Digimon games, those were pretty good.
No, I played Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone on PS1. The game is not good.
It's pretty good.
No, I played it with Tina, who loves Harry Potter. She's like, "What the fuck is this?" Like,
Chamber of Secrets was the best one, though.
Is that
honestly.
I
think that's on PS2 though.
That was like a third-person shooter, right?
But it was also still like mixed with platforming and some other stuff.
Because the PS1's great. I can talk about
Vagrant Story. I don't know what other system, if that was on anything else besides PlayStation.
Yeah.
But Vagrant Story was really good. Nope, PlayStation only.
Yep. All right, let's move on to the Magnavox Odyssey, which I'm just gonna.
I know nothing about it.
Listen, I get what it was trying to do.
I don't even care.
I'll give you a brief rundown. It was like
run it down for me.
Pretty much, it was a little UFO-looking box. All the cartridges were essentially just like contacts that programmed the system. Like, here's a line, and then you had to use plastic overlays on your TV that were the graphics, and you had to like pretty much use your imagination the whole time. Without the overlays, you're fucked. It's bad. Like it's more of a board game system with a TV that's like in the background. Like honestly, I gotta show you.
That sounds awful.
It is, and again, I get it was for the time. I understand it, but it wasn't good. Let me show you something, Aaron. Notice how this TV has a plastic screen on it.
Okay.
These are the graphics. Notice how there's a dot and a dot.
Okay.
Without this overlay, you have two white dots on screen. Good luck figuring out what to do. See this, Aaron? This is a game called Cat and Mouse. This one's a mouse, this one's a cat. Can't you tell? The blue things, Aaron, what would you say those are?
A wall?
Those are furniture. And the goal of Cat and Mouse is for the cat dot to catch the mouse dot. But you have to avoid the furniture. Now, because it's a plastic screen, Aaron, what's stopping you from just running through it? Nothing. Is the answer.
Okay.
So,
fair.
Yeah. Look, it was a great start for video games, I guess, but no. No need for this.
F tier, bro.
Yeah.
Where are you putting in F tier? I think bottom of F tier?
Yeah. Honestly. I don't know shit about the Pippin other than Apple tried.
Yeah, it's F tier. I'm looking at it. There's nothing, dude.
Give me something. I know the controller had a trackball on it, and that's cool.
Honestly, it looks like it was made by Apple. That's about all I can say.
Okay, wow.
Just the way the system looks. I'm just like I'm looking through it.
Is there anything on
4X CD-ROM.
Cool.
Software games. They had Anime Designer Dragon Ball Z unreleased in America.
Okay. What does that mean, Aaron?
They have an American only game called Better Home and Gardens Cool Crafts.
All right. Well, I'm sorry we misjudged this so quickly. Why don't we just move that right up?
Oh, here we go. Mr. Potato Head saves Veggie Valley.
All right, hold on. I need to do something real quick, Aaron. Just give me
Power Rangers Zeo versus the Machine Empire.
Okay, hold on.
Wait. There's a game that says Play-Doh Creations, unreleased in Japan and Europe, but North America.
I made it in
it says unknown. Like, it doesn't know when it came out in North America, but that's the only place it came out in. Unreleased in the other two.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I made an Octo S tier for the Apple Pippin.
Makes sense. Leave it there.
Okay, cool. Look. Oh, shit. It deleted the Pippin.
That's fine. Fuck it. We don't need it. It's F tier.
No, I want to know where it went. It deleted the Pippin. It just took it with it.
Why did you do that?
I didn't know that was going to happen.
See if you add back the row, if it'll bring back the Pippin.
No.
Nope, it's gone forever.
All right, so the Apple Pippin never existed, but if it did, it would be an F tier. We have no B tier systems yet.
No, we're coming up to one.
No, this is a C. I'm sorry.
B tier.
No, you can't give it to as B tier. I'm giving it a C because the games that are on it are fun. But honestly, anything that came out on N64 and something else, I'm playing in something else. It's full of racing games and Mario 64.
And Pokemon Snap, which automatically bumps it up.
No, Pokemon Snap's not fucking good.
Yes, it is. You are literally the only person in the world who doesn't think it's good. Your opinion is trash.
You want to talk about rose-tinted glasses? It's a half-hour-long game of taking pictures of fucking Pokemon.
I have gone back and played it multiple times throughout my life.
It's not like... The thing is, Professor Oak doesn't even know shit about photography because he's not even using the rule of thirds. You never want
That's fine.
No, it's not. It's wrong. It's teaching kids how to take photos wrong.
He's a Pokemon professor.
And he's
not a goddamn photographer.
He's a shitty professor. He's like, I could do the research, but you're 10 years old and unsupervised. Go out there and do my work for me.
So you're judging from a different perspective. You don't live in that culture.
Listen.
You're judging another culture. You're a goddamn racist, Kev.
Listen, honestly, like...
You're a racist, Kev!
That's gonna age so well. Listen, N64 is, like, fine, but I don't have any fucking desire to play it. Like...
That's fine. But you can't, like... So, you can't just take away the impact that it had. I'm not asking you to put it in S or A tier. I'm not saying it's the best system. I know the controller's a pain in the ass. I know some of the games don't hold up. But the freaking, like... When it came out, what it did, how many people love it to this day besides Kevin? Like,
how are you going to tell me
the Pokemon Stadium games? Like, how can you not say the Pokemon Stadium games are any good?
Okay, every system has good games, except the Magnavox CDI and the Jaguar. Actually, Jaguar had Alien vs. Predator. But, like, honestly, like, Pokemon
This one has a lot of good games, though.
Pokemon Stadium was, like, a fun distraction, but I'd rather just play Pokemon on my handheld.
See, but then you say that, and then you play Pokemon on your handheld that's the same every time it comes out, and then you're like, oh my god, this is the same, I'm so bored.
Don't fix what ain't broken. It's like Sword and Shield was okay. It was fine. I just don't want to replay it, is all. Like, I like, give me something else. Like, GoldenEye, I'm sorry.
Like, I get, GoldenEye is overrated. I know it is, because I love Time Splitters, which is a better GoldenEye.
Perfect Dark's a better GoldenEye. People don't even use the right argument.
At the time, GoldenEye was so freaking huge. You can't just take away, like, a cultural phenomenon. Like, this thing was huge.
I had an N64. I grew up and I played it. I had fun when I was little, but literally, even at a young age, I was like, I don't understand what this is. Like, Mario Kart 64 is still my favorite Mario Kart. I'll give it that. But like,
see, you're naming more games. That's at least 6 games we've named that are solid games or good games.
Six is
which
not,
is better.
6 is
and
not
most of them are exclusive though. All the other systems, we took games that weren't exclusive to even bump them up to D or C.
And is N64 really worth it for 6 games?
I mean, there's more. There is more. We're just naming off slowly. The Duke Nukem that was on it was solid.
That's also on the PlayStation. Move on.
Donkey Kong 64 was pretty fun.
That game is not good.
It doesn't have to be good to be fun.
It was not. It was like Banjo-Kazooie, but Collectathon times 1,000 and having to backtrack like crazy.
Dude, I think you're literally just letting your personal opinion take over way too much.
This is an opinion list.
It should be B. It should be B.
I can't, I can hold all the games I want to play in my hands. Like,
that's you. It's not just you we're talking about.
Well, it's us. We are talking.
Yeah, and there's a lot of good games on this system.
Like, Mario Party is fun once in a while, but like...
That's 7 exclusive games that we brought. Just exclusives. We're not even talking about... We didn't even talk about other games. We didn't even talk about, like, games that are on it. That doesn't matter. I don't care.
I don't care. Well, we should have saved this for last. Honestly.
I'm not even... Like, you're acting like I'm asking you to put it in S tier. I literally am agreeing with you that nostalgia-based people...
It's a hell of a drug.
Exactly. But it's still a B tier system. I cannot put it under. What the fuck do we even have in C tier at this point?
A Saturn, a Turbo. I would put it right here. Right.
No. It's B, dude. We have our first B tier system right here.
It's in the ass end of B, and that's my final offer.
I can do B minus, but it's a B.
It's in the ass end of B whenever we get there, and that is it.
I think it's mid card B, but No,
I'm going to the ass end. That's where I'm meeting you. Dreamcast. Here, all right. You want to know what? This is gonna piss everybody off because, like, as much as people are ramping up the N64, the people that love the Dreamcast fucking love the Dreamcast.
They do.
And honestly, the only thing on it that I really give a shit about is Power Stone.
Keep talking. I'm gonna look up see if there's any exclusives.
Well, there's a shitload of exclusives for the Dreamcast. Like Capcom was behind that system 100%, but.
No, but I'm saying, I'm trying to see if there's any I care about.
No, it's fine. Power Stone 1 and 2 are great games. I can play them on something else now. But, like, what up, girl? Okay. I'm not going to edit that out. It's cool. But, like, Dreamcast, hey, girl. Power Stone, Sonic Adventure is not fucking good. I played it. Sonic Adventure 2. Which
one's?
It was the
Sonic Adventure 2 is the one that people really like. That's the one that's actually decent.
People both say they're great. I don't believe them.
Adventure 2 is the one with the really good song Escape the City gimmick, right?
Yeah, but I wonder if people put that song in their mind and they think the whole game is good.
Well, I'm just asking. That's the second one, right?
I believe so.
Okay.
Like
because that one I enjoyed. The first one I did not, honestly. Yeah, I'm a huge Sonic fan.
I'll try Adventure 2. I'm not above that. Resident Evil. What is it?
Crazy Taxi 2.
Crazy Taxi is fun as shit.
Yeah.
But I don't think I care enough to play the second one. Like,
that's fair.
It's an arcade.
I'm just looking. I'm just looking at what's exclusive right now, and that was one of them.
But like, are we talking about exclusives? Because the thing is, the system was only around a year, so immediately most things were ported. Like Marvel vs. Capcom 2 was on Xbox and PS2 within a year.
Yeah, that is also true.
You know, like I don't have any need to get a Dreamcast. This, like, I'm saying this day and age. I know we go back and forth in this argument, but like, other than Power Stone, is the only thing I want ported off that. But that's on PSP/Vita, I guess. But like, I want to play it on an actual system. So like, like honestly, the Dreamcast is good, and everyone says like it's the most underrated console. I don't think it is because everyone who loves it talks about it at this point. But like, I don't. The Street Fighter Alpha 3 is on other, or not Alpha 3, just Street Fighter Third Strike. Great game. It's on other things.
Street Fighter, it was Street Fighter 3 Double Impact.
Oh, that yeah,
okay. Exclusive.
Yeah, then Third Strike came out on PS3. Shit, whatever. It's still Street Fighter 3. But like, I don't know. I'm trying to.
Grand Theft Auto 2 was on this system. That's kind of funny.
That was also on PlayStation 1, and that's the thing.
No, I know. Like, that's how I played it. I played that on PlayStation 1. Actually, Grand Theft Auto 2 was the first Grand Theft Auto I played, and it's still my favorite.
The Dreamcast has like a weird graphical thing where it's like, it came out between the PS1 and 2, so like, it's like the PS1 games that got ported to it look good, but then the games that got ported later to PS2, you can tell they've aged. It's like a PS1 with literal wax on it. Everything looks very waxy on the system.
That's fair.
The VMUs are cool.
I don't know.
I'll give it that.
Looking through it, it has a decent library. It's definitely starting to be like, okay, there's some decent games on here. Nothing that's like, oh my god, I need to play it or I'll die.
Oh, like, Power Stone. I want to play those again.
Power Stone and Power Stone 2.
I would honestly
put it
in B.
I was gonna say C tier, honestly.
I was gonna say B because like the games that are good at it are really, really fucking good. But like I can just play them in other ways now. You know?
Yeah.
And like also that controller, let's talk about bad controllers. Dreamcast controller is fucking trash.
Yeah.
I hate that thing. It did influence the Xbox controller, but like that thing is just this awkward thing where the cord comes out the bottom and like the analog stick is not grippy and the D-pad is below it and it's very mushy.
You're not wrong. Most of these games that I know or care about were all PS1 games.
Yeah, or they came out on PS2 later, which got like which ate its lunch. It doesn't even play DVDs, so this thing sucks.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's
I would
fine.
still. B's fine. Bottom of B, I'd still stick with C personally. But
well, I gave you N64. You can give me this. The fuck are you eating? We're doing a video, Aaron.
I'm eating a bagel. I haven't had breakfast yet.
Well, just eat protein. PS2 is either an A or an S.
S tier.
You think it's okay? Good. All right. I was gonna be like, I won't shove my bias in it, Well, man, you want to any genre you can think of, it's on PS2.
Everything, and it takes all the good about PS1 and makes it better.
All the DualShock finally
works. And you can play all the PS1 games on PS2.
And DVDs, bro. Thank you.
Yeah, like, so many people I know had a PS2 that didn't even really play video games just because it was a cheaper DVD player later on in its life.
Yeah. Memory cards, still kind of annoying, but whatever. Like, every game knew that,
Well, I feel like memory cards at that point were starting to get, like, cheap as fuck.
They were.
Like,
it didn't come with the system, which was shitty.
Yeah, so it wasn't that big of a deal, but at the same time, I do agree that it was kind of annoying.
Yeah, all the games were planned to work with the DualShock now because it came in the box. So now we kind of are learning how 3D really works. Like, this is like the other end of the puberty. We're figuring it out. We're getting it. But like first-person shooters felt like first-person shooters now, even if they were bad. Resident Evil 4, I mean, that came out on GameCube too, but like, that was really like, okay, we're getting this walking and shooting thing. Like,
yeah, like that, like, and a lot of games that came out on this and GameCube were like that. Like Time Splitters. Again, I'll put that game over until I die. Like, that series was amazing.
Yes.
But then you'd also get games that I personally love that were, again, on this and GameCube. Like Lord of the Rings: The Third Age, which was literally Final Fantasy X with a Lord of the Rings skin. And you'd get random bullshit like that at the PS2. But it was amazing because I love Final Fantasy X. I love Lord of the Rings.
I played, what was it, Fellowship of the Ring? That game is not good.
That's the worst one of the entire series.
Good, because I think I sold the other copies of, like, Third Age and Return of the King, but I was like, I should probably try it again.
Two Towers and Return of the King are like an action game. Right. Kind of hack and slash, like, not quite like Dynasty Warriors. It's more of an overhead thing.
Dynasty Warriors, also, there you go.
Yeah. But it was they're fun, but the Third Age is literally a turn-based RPG, like Final Fantasy X. It's literally Final Fantasy X and 10-2 combined into a Lord of the Rings game.
Final Fantasy X, we already brought it up quickly. Some would say the greatest Final Fantasy.
I would say that personally.
I'm more of a 6 than 10 guy, but that's me. What else? War of the Monsters. There's so many games because like digital wasn't a thing yet. Like developers were just fucking trying things. Like everyone's got a PS2,
out, dude.
And it worked. Like Devil May Cry came out. Metal Gear Solid 3 specifically.
Speaking of Devil May Cry, Shin Megami Nocturne, Shin Megami 3.
Are we just going to bring this up I thought you were going to talk about SMT5 coming out again. I was like, is every podcast going to be some reference to SMT5 till it comes out?
I mean, I'm hoping it comes out, like, now. I want it right this second.
Oh, speaking of Shin Megami Tensei, Persona 3 and 4 PS2 games. Oh, Aaron's grabbing something. What are you doing? Aaron, what's Aaron? Aaron's got... Oh, what do we got? Oh, yeah, all the shit you just bought. Hold up. It's not all in your bubble. I can see 4, 3 FES. Yeah.
3 and 4. 4 is still sealed.
Ooh. I got a new copy of 4 for Christmas one year.
Shin Megami Tensei Digital Devil Saga 1 and 2.
My buddy has those. Still. My buddy has the collector thing that comes with the little, not Jack Frost.
I want that.
Yeah, it's worth a lot of money.
It's the Black Frost, right?
Yeah, Black Frost. Shit, there's so much shit on PS2. And then, like, the thing is, if you like old games, they have compilations on compilations. Taito, Capcom, SNK.
Like, it's crazy because they literally were just like anything that they could like think they could make money. Some of the best wrestling games came out on PS2.
SmackDown vs. Raw is still the greatest series for wrestling.
Like, there's so much that like PS2, man.
Also,
like, at times I want to put it ahead of the SNES, but I can't. But like I want to because there's just so much, like we said, variety and like I don't know, it's just so good.
We really got into online games. I mean, Dreamcast did a little bit, but like. Online was starting to come around, like barely.
I never really did it, but it definitely did. Like it started in PS2. That is when it was really like, I can't say started, but started becoming a thing where people started noticing it.
Yeah. This is PS2. Also the first time I ever saw an indie game like Alien Hominid, which was a Newgrounds Flash game, got it a release on PS2.
That's crazy. I didn't even know that.
It's the same guy that made Castle Crashers and all that. Like he started on. Newgrounds.
I love Castle Crashers.
I'll play that with you.
Please, I would love to. It's one of my favorite games. I used to play it all the time on 360.
This binder is close to me. Oh no, I put it into... Hold on, Aaron. Nope! I forgot, I moved all my PS2 games into its own little binder because I have so many of them.
The crazy thing about PS2 is like Persona 3 and 4. I had never even heard of them when I was a kid, and these things are fucking mad. There's so many games that are masterpieces that you probably never even heard of because like it just wasn't in your bubble at that time as a kid, and so many games were coming out that you just didn't even know. When
I'm moving the third time I will this year eventually, all my games are in these binders instead of in their boxes. But like I'm trying to look around like random shit. Like, you didn't even know, is it, like, Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi 3. Do you know that?
Oh my god, dude, the Budokai series was so good!
The Budokai series is good, but I prefer Budokai Tenkaichi 3.
I understand why it was, like, newer, but I think Budokai 3 itself was my favorite.
Budokai, yeah, I want the HD collection. You ever play Blitz the League? The greatest football game?
Oh, I love Blitz.
Blitz the League.
I prefer NFL Blitz 2000 because it's what me... and one of a family friend who passed away used to play all the time.
Yeah, but can you do steroids in that game?
No, but you didn't. It wasn't like a career mode or anything like this one. It was more of an arcade game.
Bully's great. Auto Modelista, which is a cel-shaded Capcom racing game. The GTA games, 3, Vice City, all those. San Andreas, my favorite one. Hitman, Half-Life. I can go in this binder all day.
So many, dude.
Kim Possible, What's the Sitch?
Don't know what that is, but I'd play it because it's a PS2 game.
It's a 2D platformer. The Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks, Persona 4. I gotta look through this whole binder. We're having an ASMR moment here. Ratchet and Clank.
Red Faction, dude, Sly Cooper.
Red Faction is okay. I had a problem with that game, but we'll go on with that. What else do we have? Simpsons Road Rage, Soul Calibur 2, SOCOM.
Oh, dude, the Simpsons games were so good
back then. Yeah. Battle for Bikini Bottom.
Uh-oh. I lost Kev.
No, you didn't. I'm right here. On my end.
Lost you for a second.
No, I'm right here. Can you see me now?
Now I can, yeah.
All right, that was weird. I can see you. I never lost you at all.
Well, I mean, you were there, but I just didn't hear you anymore.
Oh, weird. Well, it's on my end. Time Splitters, talked about that. TNA Impact. I'm just kidding. What else do we have? Worms 3D, Marvel vs. Capcom. There's so much shit on this system, and there's something for everybody. I love it. And we talked too much about the PS2, but I could go on forever and ever and ever.
I could too. It's probably...
Put this back.
I actually can't even say it's my favorite system, because it's something we haven't talked about yet. But, like, it's my favorite console.
That contradicts everything you just said, but okay.
It's not your favorite. You'll see what I mean.
Oh, are you handheld? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah.
Okay. So when it comes to the PS2, obviously top tier. The GameCube, I can't say the same because
it's literally the PS2 but worse.
It's a PS.
In my
it's
opinion.
A Smash Brothers Melee machine. Let's be real.
Pokemon Gale of Darkness. You cannot forget that game.
That game. That, to be fair,
you got to play it. It's like triple S tier.
I had it, but then I sold it because I needed money.
That's fair. It's really expensive. Again, I understand that it's expensive also, but the GameCube Fire Emblem, fire. Yes. It is top 3 Fire Emblem games of all time easily. Some people can say it's number 1.
I want it really bad, and I should just go fucking buy a copy before it gets worse.
Dude, it's getting worse. I got it for 120 out of box, like no box. It's up to about 200 no box.
Did I tell you when I got my first copy how I got it?
No.
I bought it on Amazon for $30 because some lady ran a consignment shop, and she's like, "I don't sell these, so whoever wants it, like, she just put it up $30." And I sold it because I had to fund Tina's ring. God damn it! So
I mean, fair though.
Yeah,
but
it was there.
Honestly, dude, I'm actually a little bit story about that is when I first moved to Ohio, so in 2011, I was at like some game store in Cincinnati in a mall that was really, really cool. They had complete in-box Path of Radiance with the walkthrough, which is usually like $15-$20. And they added in like a little fucking like rare Japanese exclusive sticker thing that came with it over in Japan, all for $90. And I was like, I'll get it another time. It won't go up anymore. Very bad move.
Bad move.
Complete in box is over $250 now, not adding anything else.
The only thing I hate about the GameCube is like it took me.
I hate the controller. I still hate the controller.
The controller's overrated as shit. People need to get over it. It's comfortable. I'll give it that.
I like it for Smash Bros. Because it's what I'm used to, not
Right.
because it's good.
But the thing is, Nintendo being Nintendo made it like the N64, designed a controller for their games and their games only.
Yeah.
And like the C-Stick, I hate that fucking nipple. Like it sucks.
Yeah, I hate the C-Stick.
For the longest time, I couldn't tell which was Y and which was X. On the beans, I hate them.
Yeah.
You only have 3 shoulder buttons, so I don't know how like some
Which
games
was
work.
weird. Yeah.
Like weird choice. The triggers feel really, really good though.
They do. They do. I don't know.
The Game Boy player was a big bonus, so that's actually what's really making me think about putting.
Actually, that makes sense. A game that just came out. Actually, I think it might have been a GameCube exclusive. I don't know.
It just came out, Aaron.
It just got remade or remastered and it came out. Crystal Chronicles.
Yep. I heard that version's bad, by the way. Actually.
The new one.
Yeah.
Fuck. But when you mentioned the Game Boy player, that's what made me think of it. Is I don't remember much about the game. I just remember I loved it. Me and friends would literally like with our Game Boy Advances, fucking hook up and play like that. You actually like that was part of Crystal Chronicles is you needed the Game Boy to play it.
So if I play it now, is it like all fucked?
Probably, I don't know. It's been so long, I don't remember, dude.
That sucks. Another
game that I loved.
You first.
You first, because I was gonna split it.
We lost you.
I said I'm gonna switch into a different topic. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry, you froze for a second. But going back to that controller, I actually use a GameStop controller for those because it has a proper size C-stick.
Really,
So,
I didn't know that.
It's actually not bad. I think Pelican made them back in the day. But
I'll have to look into that.
yeah, it's honestly I like this system, but it's another exclusives machine because it came out in PS2 or Xbox / GameCube. I'm gonna get the PS2 Xbox one. And also, those stupid little CDs are so fragile. Like
I love them. They were so cute.
They are cute, but my Medal of Honor, which looks perfect on GameCube, froze.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with it, but they're so fragile.
I think the reason I still want it in A tier is because the exclusives it does have, on top of having the library, like you said, though, I'd rather most of the games on PS2, but the exclusives of it does have are absolutely amazing.
Yeah. Smash, Luigi's Mansion.
Yup. Gale of Darkness, which you haven't played yet, but it is the #1 Pokemon game that's not a main series Pokemon game.
Fire Emblem.
I don't know if this is exclusive, but I haven't been able to find it anywhere. My favorite Naruto game is actually on the GameCube.
I think I know what you're talking about, and I'm pretty sure it's exclusive.
Yeah. The one I had is #4 in the series, and then apparently there's a 5th and 6th one that were Japanese only that my friend had. And I used to play that one, and it was way better. I loved it more, but it was Japanese exclusive. It never came out in the States. So, but the one I have is my favorite Naruto game in the States, and it's on GameCube. I literally only have a GameCube to play Fire Emblem, Gale of Darkness, and this Naruto game.
Yeah, the Mario parties on this I like better than the N64 ones too. I feel like they kind of got it. We didn't talk about Mario Sunshine because I haven't played it, but Paper Mario.
I've never played it either.
The last good Paper Mario, some would say.
Like, I would put GameCube at the top of A tier, honestly.
I don't know if I can put it above a PlayStation, honestly. Yeah, I could.
I would also put PlayStation above Genesis.
All right, now you're talking.
That's the order. I don't think we ordered PlayStation when we put it up there.
Now we'll really go through it at the end.
Okay.
So when it comes down to this, I would put Xbox just behind GameCube. No, above it. I'm sorry. Only because
the only reason I could think of doing that is because of how big it kind of propelled online games.
Well, it did, but the only other thing I wouldn't put it on the tier PS2 is that they're a little more finicky in my experience than PS2s. Like trying to get the disk drives to work, I feel like they always break.
I just don't think it's anywhere close to PS2 personally.
But it's above a GameCube.
I think for me personally, I'd put a GameCube above it, but it's on about the same level in my opinion.
I like that controller better. The only thing I hate are the white.
The
and black
controller
buttons.
is better. I personally, for my personal preference, like the exclusives on GameCube more than Xbox.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give you that. It's just like I don't know, like the
well,
games.
I can see. I think Halo itself though kind of really push things, like, because at that time, like, Halo's a joke now. I'm not gonna say it's like, because it's like, people still love it because people still love Call of Duty, for fuck's sake, based off of earlier games. But at that time, man, Halo was one of the best franchises at the time. And it just kept getting better and better for a while. So
still is. I also what else do we have? I mean pretty much any game on PS2 came out on Xbox other than like Halo. Unless you have Blinks the Time Sweeper, the greatest game.
I don't know. PS2 had some games that were PS2 had a lot of games that weren't on Xbox, which would put it.
Well, because like, I think like the stats were like every family by numbers had 2 PS2s.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Fuck man, I don't know. Top of A.
That's fine. These next 2, I think we're gonna argue a little bit.
No, because I know you think I'm gonna stand out over this, but I'll talk. 360, I would put it at B because they are finicky pieces of shit.
S tier for 2 reasons. 2 reasons.
Okay.
1, 360 is the only time Microsoft has won the console war.
That doesn't affect my opinion, but okay.
I'm just saying this is part of it in my mind. It's the only time. And 2, in a way, it was kind of like PS2 in the fact that like everyone I know had a 360. 360 was Microsoft. In my opinion, it's still Microsoft's best system. The launch was a mess.
It is
with the system because of the red ring, but 360 was the online system. It was the system for playing online, and you can't change my mind on that.
Well, I'm gonna try, but here's the thing. 1, it was the best 360 console. Yeah, but the problem is they rushed it out. So they cheaped out on parts, which caused the red ring, caused overheating. It had like a 33% failure rate, which is awful. That's shitty. 2, when it comes to online, while it was good, I will always hold the grudge against Microsoft for making people convinced that they have to pay to play online. And I'm still mad at them, because you fucking shouldn't. That's dumb. There's no reason to pay to play online. PC does it for free. Don't tell me servers cost money. You're $1 billion fucking corporation.
I'm not arguing with you.
I'll always hold a grudge on them for that.
But at the same time, if you can get people to pay,
yeah, that's fine on your end. I get it, but like me as a consumer, the reason I bought a PS3 is because like most of these games are on both, and one I don't have to pay for. And you could sit there and tell me it was much better on 360. I honestly think that's a lot of things people put in their head to justify paying online. But it was never good enough for me to be like, I'm paying for this.
My thing is, when it comes to that, is I can see it from the business side. And the fact that it's the same thing I see with microtransactions. If people are going to fucking pay them, you're going to keep doing them. Because it's making you money. If people didn't want to, like, if they cared enough about not paying to play online, they wouldn't pay. And they would change it. That's how you get change done.
Well, so because it came out a year before the PS3, I honestly wondered if they came out at the same time if that would be a thing. But they had a year head start on the PS3. Mm-hmm. So it was the only one out there, and they were like, oh, it's a new generation. You got to like pay to play online.
Not only did they have a year head start, but I'm sorry, the PS3 launch was a mess.
It was. I'm never going to deny that. It was awful.
It was a mess. Like an absolute disgrace for Sony.
So, I mean, like, I don't like the 360 controller that much, I'm going to be honest.
360 is the only Xbox controller I like.
It's fine, but I hate the D-pad. For somebody that likes playing fighting games, I can't play a fighting game on 360.
That's fair. I'm not a huge fighting game fan.
I'm also a bigger fan of parallel analog sticks. I don't like my thumb being up here. It doesn't feel right to me.
I don't know. For some reason, for me, with playing online and playing games online, I actually preferred that.
That's a preference thing. I'm never going to shit on anybody for that. But, like, I don't like the menu on 360.
Dude, the menu on 360 is better than the fucking Xbox One, that's for sure.
Well, yeah, of course it is. But, like, I
also liked it more than PlayStation 3. I hate the PlayStation 3's fucking menu.
It was very simple to me, but we'll get there. Disk drives, I don't know. The 360 is good, but like this model that we're talking about right here, I just can't.
I think we're talking about the whole life cycle, which is why I'll give PS3 a little bit benefit of the doubt. Because if we were talking about like base models or something, and the way it started, then yeah, it'd be lower, and PS3 would be even fucking lower than that.
I mean, if we're talking the whole life cycle, like I'd put them both in A and call it a day.
I think I would definitely put 360 in A. I prefer S tier, but I can sit with A. PS3 is a little bit harder. Like, I get that it had better exclusives overall besides, actually,
but it took time.
I can't even say that. 360 was the last time, like, Microsoft really had great exclusives.
Yeah, but, like, it became a swap. 360 and PS3 were here, and then around 2011 it went whoop, like that.
I do agree that they wound up switching, but, like...
I'd give it a tie, honestly.
I still feel like 360 is a step above PS3 for the whole cycle, just because of everything.
I really, like, I can't help it. I'm not saying it because I love PS3, but, like, the halfway point was exactly when Microsoft started going, connecting casual shit, guys, am I right? Like, and they stopped caring. Like, I will say everything before 2011, nailed it. They killed it, and, like, I had a PS3 then, but, like, I got the 360 hype. But, like, the second that Slim PS3 came out, it was, like, game changer. I don't know why. It's just a landmark point. Uncharted 2 came out. Like, Killzone was the fat one, but, like, Killzone 3 came out, and, like, a lot of people liked Killzone 3. It's not just me, I promise. Like, then
I think it's just you.
Then the exclusives started to hit. Then they did all those, like, HD remasters of PS2 games, which, like, people lost their shit over. I really feel like I would call it a tie.
I will say I think they're definitely both better than Genesis.
Oh yeah, okay, we can do that. I mean, look, I would put them honestly next to each other, and I can't decide. I'm being honest, I can't decide which one would be better.
I still think 360 is better for the fact that yes, you don't like that you had to pay for online, but they did online better than PS3, and that is the reason. That is the reason that they like. Part of the reason they won that like era of the thing is because this is when online really started mattering to people. You start getting gamers that only played online, that switched from PC to consoles because consoles finally started doing online things. And now there's so many people that only play online style games. They won't play offline games. And it started here.
I mean, it did, but like, again, that halfway point, I remember like Modern Warfare 2, like up to that point, all the Call of Duty stuff, you got bonuses on 360. And then when the PS3 started to pick up market share, then the PS3 started getting into some shit because it was selling better. So like, I can't say one's better than the other. And I'm not even trying to make an argument for PS3. I feel like they're so split down the middle of like the halfway point of the generation. It just switched. I'll leave it like this.
I was like, I'll give you that, but here's the reason I'll say 360 is better. Or at least you would put it higher on a list. First impressions matter, and they both had bad first impressions because of the Red Ring and then PS3's entire fucking launch. But I think PS3's launch was way worse than 360's.
I would say on a PR front, yeah, but like working at a GameStop around the time everything was coming out, just watching 360s come in broken, not working, Red Ring, disk drive, just like the PS3 had a shittier launch, but just watching customers come in and be mad about the 360, the point where Microsoft started issuing refunds themselves, like, yeah, we fucked up. Like, I mean, I don't know, man, I can't. I'll leave it there because, like, I don't, this is like a 0.1, if anything, difference. But, like, to me, they're, like, identical. Also, one looks like a George Foreman grill, so that's pretty cool.
Awful.
Alright, whatever. I'm going to leave it like that for now. I'll give you a visual victory, but in my mind, split. Like, I can't tell you one's better than the other. Deal?
Alright, we can move on. We'll stick with that for now.
Alright. The Wii,
that's better than I expected from you. I'll say that.
I understand. This is the only one I'm really mad about, but, like, I understand that 360 was better in some ways. But, that's just a Oh, also circle scratches. That shitty fucking thing. Remember that?
No, because I never had... Literally, 90% of the issues that people had, I never had, so...
Well, circle scratches would come from the way that the system was designed. The laser was about 1 millimeter off the disc, which is a bad design. So if there's any vibration in your house, especially if it was standing on its side, that thing would just tip, hit the laser, and as it was spinning, it would scratch the disc. And ruin
I don't know
laser.
why. Like, I understand, like, in pictures and stuff, everyone had it standing up. But I never really understood that. I always laid mine down anyways.
I felt like it was more stable. It's asking to get into trouble that way.
Yeah. I think any system, pretty much, I would rather lay down.
So anyway, that'll, again, tie. The Wii I'd put at a B, and most of that is coming from Wii Sports.
So, I did a similar list like this with someone before, and I was in the same boat as you. But then when you really get down to it, the Wii fucking sucks, bro.
It does.
Put it in C.
All right, cool.
It belongs in C.
I was being generous, but like...
I was going to say, like... Because I originally was like, dude, B+, because Wii Sports alone was a natural fucking, like... The entire culture of America shifted for Wii Sports because everyone loved it. But then at the same time, you'd play it for like a week and then no one would play it again.
The Wii is the video game community's most successful dust collector.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, honestly, like, the Virtual Console was fine, but Nintendo still sucks at it. Because, like, there were only, like, 50 NES games? Don't fucking tell me licensing. Put every first-party game you have on there. It should take 2 seconds. I downloaded them all in, like, 3 seconds, Nintendo. You can do it. I believe in you. Like, they just don't. It's Nintendo being stupid. And actually, the Wii kind of epitomizes Nintendo being fucking stupid to me. Like, smart as in, they got the casuals, they got whatever, but, like, can't play DVDs. Why? I don't know. Just can't. We said so. Why is it in HD? I don't know. We felt like it. Everyone else is doing it. Nah. Alright, it plays GameCube games. Yeah, we took that away. Why? I don't know.
Wait, they took that away?
Yeah, in the second half of the Wii's life, there's no more GameCube support.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so that's shitty. Why?
That's even worse.
I don't know. And you want to know what the worst part is? If you hack a Wii, you can play DVDs and you can play GameCube games on every model. Because it has it in there. They just went, no.
That's so dumb.
It is dumb. Friend codes suck. That was awful.
Agree. A lot of things that carried over, like, why the hell is, like... So, I know that I'm moving ahead to Switch right now, but you're getting to newer systems, more HD, more stuff like that. How come you still, like, don't have anything like Netflix on your system?
Nintendo reasons?
Like, literally, I think Switch started with... It had YouTube when it first came out, maybe, one of
Hulu
those.
now.
And then got Hulu. Randomly, but none of the others. Why? Like, it will literally help you sell more systems if you have more features that you can get like that, because it's not that hard. Fucking Netflix wants their shit on everything, so they make more money. And if you add more features, it gives people more reason to buy your shit. Like, I just don't understand why you don't do that.
So, I'll say it when we get to more of the Switch, but, like, watching Hulu on a Switch is a terrible experience, by the way.
I could imagine.
Stutters.
I tried YouTube one time, and I said, nope, never again.
Yeah, it's the fucking worst. But anyway, the Wii, like, look, great casual games, but 90% of that library is fucking garbage.
There's a few really solid exclusives, but
the
like
Conduit.
But like, it's a bad system.
It's not good. I will say it is probably my favorite looking system.
I hate it.
It looks like it's something from the future.
No, dude, it literally looks like a 360.
But from the future. That
like,
blue,
look at the
that blue light around the disc thing, that was cool.
Dude, it doesn't make up for... I hated the controller. The controller was straight... Yeah. What's with Nintendo not doing anything good with controllers?
Because they make controllers for their systems and their games only. They do not care about third parties.
It's so dumb. It's because they know they can get away with it, but that's besides the point.
Well, that's Nintendo's fucking ego that needs to be checked, but whatever.
But, yeah, no. C. The fuck do we have in C again? I already forgot.
A Saturn, a TurboGrafx, and Wii. Oh, yeah, we're at like an hour and a half. How long are these Evergreen episodes?
Well, however long it takes.
Yeah,
especially when it's like this. I would say put it in the middle. Honestly. That's where I would have it.
You know what? Definitely above Turbo, because all the good Turbo games, all like 16, if that, are on the Virtual Console. So there.
Yeah, that's where I would have it.
The Wii U.
I would put it the same exact spot.
So I would.
I think it's one step above Wii, personally. Because I think the system is good. Yeah, I think the system is good. It had some good concepts that they took over to the Switch, which made the Switch better. But man, the way they marketed it, like everything around it, the fucking support it got from like indie developers and shit because of the way they did it, just garbage, dude. This system could have been an S tier system if they did things right.
The one thing I always hate on the Wii U for is that the money was staring them in the face. They had a Game Boy player on the GameCube. How the fuck was this thing not have a DS player? The bottom screen's here, the TV's there, top screen, bottom screen. Why the fuck didn't you do it? Like, it bothers me. The tablet sucks because if it breaks, the system's fucked.
Yep.
And you can't buy one separately.
Used.
Nope. Nintendo won't sell it separate.
Well, Nintendo won't, but you can buy them used separate.
Alright, good luck finding one that works.
Honestly, finding a Wii U in general is kind of hard because, like, one, they don't really sell them anymore, but two, the people who did buy them generally don't want to get rid of them because what they bought it for was good game. Like, it does have good games. It does have good stuff, but, like, and I think it was really fun. Some of the best party games I've played was on Wii U.
Yeah.
And, like, the way they did it, like, I don't know, like, I can't put any higher because they fucked up everything around the system.
Well, they did fuck up everything around the system, but, like, there were cool ideas. So, like, remember Zombie U?
No, but okay.
Alright, it was a launch game. It was like, it was a zombie survival game. They had a good
I didn't get a Wii U until this year, just so you know.
Alright, well, so here's the thing. If you find Zombie U, it's one of the greatest multiplayer experiences because a person with a tablet has an over view of the whole map, and you're essentially playing God. You can spawn zombies, and as the longer the player survives, you get more points, which unlocks new units to attack the player. It's like Nazi zombies, but somebody's God. It's the coolest thing.
That's pretty cool.
And then Black Ops 2, I remember playing that. Yeah, I bought Black Ops 2 on the Wii U. But, like, that was a screen. So, like, if you want to play split screen, one person had the tablet, one person was on the TV. And you can go online like that for all 7 people playing online. Like, that was cool. There were ideas. And the thing is, like
I said, a lot of the...
I lost Aaron again.
That?
Yeah, there you are.
Really? You lost me? I could hear you the whole time. Weird.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to have to go check my internet, see if it's me again.
Yeah, anyway.
My parents... like, a lot of the party games were stuff like the Zombie U that you just talked about, where it was like one person has the tablets doing something, and like you could even just throw them in another room if you wanted, so they couldn't look at the screen, like the TV, and it would work.
Right.
And I don't know, it was just awesome. Like that's why I like the party games so much, because like one, the way they did it made it so it was a lot harder to screen peek cheat in multiplayer games, and two, like they were just fun.
Well, it was, but like all the companies that did it right weren't Nintendo, ironically.
Yeah.
Like Wonderful 101, you can draw to do the shapes and attack enemies. Zombie you had talked about. What was it? Oh, 007 Legends was another one, actually, I played on there.
Really?
And all the gadgets were on the tablet. It was awesome. I haven't played Mass Effect 3 on there. I wonder how that works.
I'm actually intrigued because, you know, I love the series.
But, like, it's weird that Mass Effect 3 only, because, like, it's a game that's based off the other 2 games. And then they weren't on Nintendo systems at all, so, like...
Well, I mean, Mass Effect 1 and 2 were, like, Microsoft exclusives at first.
Yeah, they were, but, like, at least you got them later.
After 3 was already out. Like, 3 came out on everything. And then, because it sold so well, even on Sony, they were like, all right, let's just throw a trilogy pack out there that people can buy.
No,
it probably didn't sell that
PS3.
well.
It came out like a year later, I think.
Did it? I don't think it did, dude.
I played it on PS3, and it was before 3 came out, yeah.
I didn't know that.
We'll look that up. The Wii U had ideas. Other shitty thing, why in 2012 even were your options 8 and 32 gigabytes for memory? That was awful. Terrible idea. I actually ended up buying a white Wii U because I was like, well, I'm going to need a hard drive either way. I'll put the $50 towards a game, you know?
Yeah.
So I did that.
I don't know.
It was okay.
Dumb.
It was also a mess to figure out what controllers worked with what. Because, like, Mario Brothers U, your launch game, on your new system, at launch didn't support the Pro Controller. You had to use Wii remotes.
That's weird.
They had to patch it in later. I'm like, what the fuck are you thinking, Nintendo? So C sounds good for me.
Like, there's so many half-baked great ideas with the Wii U that just didn't come.
Well, they came later.
Yeah.
Atari. This is going to be controversial, but I'll let you talk first.
D.
Okay, never mind. It wasn't as controversial as I thought.
Like, this, I understand, like, why so many people loved it. It was, like, one of the first at-home consoles. There's very simple, but, man, none of it holds up. Let's be real. You can't even play it on TVs now unless you have, like, proper adapters and shit.
Yeah.
Like,
I'll say this about the Atari 2600. There's a reason a lot of people did drugs in the 70s. Probably because they didn't have good game systems. Like, nothing on Atari I'm dying to play. And if I am, I have that PS2 collection of Activision Anthology, which are all the good Atari games, and an Atari collection. And I'm pretty sure that's all I need.
Yeah, like,
so
pretty much every good Atari game that you are, like, something else at this point, and it's better to play on something.
I keep losing you for a couple seconds. I don't know what the fuck, Aaron.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, Aaron's internet sucks. It's not me this time, guys.
It shouldn't be. Like, I'm hardwired and I haven't had trouble. Like, I didn't have trouble last night or the other day. It's just,
I don't know. I had 0 drop frames when I was streaming yesterday, so suck my nuts.
I don't know. It's probably my parents doing stupid shit with the internet.
Damn it, they're watching porn again.
Probably.
So, did we talk about the PS4?
I think Atari, before we do that, Atari should be the top of the D tier. I don't think it's as bad as the other two.
That's fair.
That's fine. It's still like a D minus, but it's better than the other two.
Yeah. And I guess another thing that's notable is you had 2 other major Atari systems, and they're not on this list because nobody cares about the 5200 or the 7800.
Yeah, pretty much.
So that's how influential that was.
PS4 for me is either low S, high A tier.
I was gonna think the same thing, actually.
Like PS4, kind of in my, like, I understand, like, the end of PS3 was, like, good for Sony, but PS4, they took the end of PS3 and they've pretty much, have they done everything perfect? No, but they've pretty much done everything right.
They've done most things right.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought of a reason to put the Xbox above the PS3. I just thought.
Okay, let me hear it.
The copyright protection of the PS3 to stream games.
Yeah.
It's a pain in the ass. So 360, you got.
There we go. 360's ahead now.
But going on to PS4, mostly everything is done right.
Listen, there's some things that I could get mad about, but, like,
nothing's major. Like,
yeah,
I wish the controller didn't have a light bar on it. The touchpad is dumb. The only thing I'll get mad at, I guess this is another knock against PS3 too, is that Sony likes to throw those gimmicks in controllers.
Yeah.
And they're only, like, I have to preserve my DualShock 3s because you need the 6-axis to play
Last
Killzone.
of Us.
And Last of Us.
I hate the fucking shake the controller bullshit.
And you need that. So, like, I don't have, like, there's no third-party controllers that do that. And Sony did that with the light bar and Killzone and the touchpad. And Ghost of Tsushima, I was playing that wired controller I have. I can't swipe because the touchpad does nothing.
Really? I didn't know that. Because I own like 4 PS4 controllers now between having the one downstairs that my parents used, my launch one.
Yeah.
I got a Pro not too long ago, and then Anitra has hers. So we have like 4 or 5 controllers that we can alternate.
Yeah,
so.
and they're good.
I think obviously the exclusives.
The
let's
exclusives
be real.
are good.
Like, people can get mad about it or be like, oh, it's all Sony ever talks about. But, like, their exclusives are fire.
They are. I mean, I don't have a lot of complaints. You got indie games, like, it's the system this generation. You could be an Xbox or a Switch fan, but, like, it's the system, man. Like, I'm sorry.
And, like, I don't know. There's
what do you say bad about it? Other than, like, 500 gigs wasn't enough at launch?
I'd say you pretty much covered majority of the things that are bad.
PS Plus is okay, but I'm still mad at Microsoft for that.
Yeah.
It's their fault.
I mean, at least, like, they started doing, like, because 360 never did this. At least not when I had it. With like the PS Plus giving the games away, shit. Like, at least you're getting something for your money besides just playing online.
Finally.
It's better than nothing. Like, I know you're still not happy about it, but at least they're giving something.
Yeah.
So you're not just paying for, like, a privilege. You're actually getting something for your money.
It's... The controller was an upgrade from the DualShock 3 overall. But, yeah, I mean, low S, high... Low S, I would go. Low S.
I think low S is fair. Low S is fair.
And this one, even though it's kind of in the tier, I'd say high B.
Really? I was going to put it in A, but, like, I don't like it, so I'm fine with B.
But, like, what would make it an A, honestly? It's a great third-party game machine, but those third-party games are pretty much on PS4.
Yeah,
and
no.
Halo, Gears,
I never
Crackdown, they didn't really do it this gen either, you know?
And, like, the games I did weren't the greatest.
No.
They weren't, blow your mind.
The launch was worse than the PS3s.
Yeah.
Remember the always online, like, bullshit?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, stupid.
Everyone forgets that, right?
I agree. Yeah, B.
Like, Connect.
For sure.
Shoved down your throat.
They really... Oh, yeah, because didn't you have to... Like, didn't the Connect come with it at launch, and it was an extra $100 because of that or something?
Yep. My Game Pass machine that I got from my buddy, he was like, oh, I got the Connect for it, and I literally told him, you can keep that. That's fine. Like I didn't even want it.
It's just... I don't know.
Yeah.
Stupid.
The only thing, and this is fairly recent, so I don't know how fair it is, I would only bump it up to A4, is Game Pass is, like, the best idea ever. But... I don't know.
Like I could get Game Pass now. I don't even have an Xbox One just for my computer.
You can, and I did that for a bit, but a lot of the games I wanted to play on it were console-only Game Pass.
That's fair.
I don't know. You could also get like $5 more and get Game Pass for both, which comes with Xbox Live as well.
Yeah.
So high B?
High B's fine with me.
Yeah, okay. Switch. Controversial, I bet.
Oh, why? Where are you putting it?
I'm putting it at... I would put it at B.
Nah, it's got to go higher.
Here's the reason I would put B. Number one, third-party games run like shit. Almost all of them run like shit. Two, that thing is too big.
That's actually been getting better recently.
It's been getting better, but like it normally is more expensive.
Before we continue on, well, because I heard what you were about to say. Are we just doing the Switch, or is this Switch/Switch Lite because the Lite's not on here later on? Because that can change things a little bit. Because if we add Switch Lite into it, like, I think that bumps it up a little bit. Because the Switch Lite, yeah, it's kind of annoying that it's a... But, like, at the same time, like, I think the Switch Lite's really, really good.
But it's only a handheld, I hate that part of it.
But that was the point, and that's actually one of the reasons why I own a Switch and a Switch Lite now, because Anitra wanted the Switch Lite because she mostly only plays in handheld anyways.
So,
and
I guess that's confusing.
And it actually fits her hands better.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know. We can take it into consideration, I guess. But like, this Switch itself, I think is just way too fucking big to be portable, and the battery life sucks to be portable.
The battery life wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
You get 3 hours out of it on like a 3D game. If that.
I thought I got more playing, but maybe I'm just crazy.
What were you playing, though? Like, you're not going to get 3 hours out of Breath of the Wild.
I don't like Breath of the Wild anyways.
Well, I'm just using a big game, like, you know, something that takes a lot of resources to run. It's just like, it's not size, like, it should have been as big as a Vita. To me.
No, I feel like that's too small. I'm gonna be real. One of the systems that I'm gonna put up pretty high, if we include it in with the other one, is the SP. And I went back the other day, literally like a week ago, and picked up an SP, and I'm like, how the fuck did I ever play on this? The screen is so tiny, I can barely read it because I'm old. And like, this hand is bigger than the entire fucking system.
Right. I mean, I don't know. I can't.
I think for me personally, because I have bigger hands and I also have vision problems because I'm mostly blind in my right eye, the Switch is the perfect size for me. Yeah, I can't slide it into my pocket like the other systems, but like a case isn't that hard to get. Like I'm gonna get a case anyways to protect it. And at that point, I looked at the SP case I had and the Switch case I had, and they're not that much different in size. Like the Switch case is a little bit bigger, but like not by much.
But like you could fold an SP up and make it a little sandwich. You can't fold the Switch up, you know?
Yeah, but the case for the SP was still almost as big, even though you can make the system smaller.
It also comes down to like Nintendo tax on games. So like when I do want a third-party game, it's always more expensive on this thing. So like I never had the urge to buy it. It's really good at exclusives. I'll give it that.
The exclusives are amazing. That's one of my reasons. Like A, the Mario Makers.
But like, a lot of there's a lot of Wii U ports. Like they're fucking people on the Wii U prices of games too. Like Donkey Kong was $60 when it's like 20 on Wii U.
Yeah, it's Nintendo.
I know, but that's the thing. Like Joy-Con drift
was a
piece of shit.
I will say that. That's why I wouldn't go S tier personally.
So the thing is, I thought Switch Lite was going to fix that. Apparently, people are getting that on Switch Lite now, and now you're fucked.
I haven't seen it.
Not
like
you.
Most people.
I've seen some people. I will say it's less.
I haven't seen it, and Anitra. I love Anitra, but she's not very gentle with her video game stuff.
I imagine she is on your dick. Oh, anyway. I'm sorry, that was mean.
Gross.
I don't. We don't.
Virgin until married, bro.
Okay, sir. Sorry. The dock is also an overpriced piece of shit. I hate the dock. It's $90 for plastic and an HDMI port.
At least I can hardwire it to the internet.
You
with
can.
A USB adapter.
Also speaking of that, it uses USB-C to charge it, but like for some reason, not any USB-C cord. It has to have a certain one that pumps out enough voltage, which is shitty.
I've used 4 different USB-C random cords that I've had, and they've all worked.
They work slowly. If you're playing it, I've charged it and lost battery playing it.
That's fair.
Yeah, so...
I don't know. I'd still put it in A tier. I just think the games that are on it are just too good not to, personally.
I would put it at the ass end of A. Like, I'd put it right before Genesis.
That's fine.
Alright, Game Boy. B?
For me personally, does this include color with it or just Game Boy?
So color's not here.
So if we're adding color,
I wouldn't put it with this one because you can't play Game Boy Color on here. I'd put color with like Advance.
That's true. That's fair. So yeah, I would probably put it C.
See, it's just
I think it's a solid idea that they made better as they went on.
Yeah, Pocket's not even on here, which sucks. But I would lump color in with the Advance because you could play those.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So see, yeah, too many batteries, kind of big and chunky to carry around. Yeah. It was a fucking tank though. I've dropped my Game Boy a lot, and it lived, man. You know?
Yeah. No, I agree. It was a thing. I never really played much on that Game Boy. Like I didn't really get it until Game Boy Color, so.
Yeah. I remember.
So I don't have much to say about it.
There was a kid when I was little. He had a black Game Boy, like the big one, and I never saw him before. Yeah. And he tried to convince me to trade it for my Game Boy Color. He's like, "Dude, look how cool and rare it is." I was like, "Fuck you, dude! No way." I was like, "Whoa, it's cool," but no. Yeah, C is fine.
I have nothing to say about the next 3 systems.
All right, Game Gear. I have something to say. Interesting idea, but it's bigger than a Game Boy landscape, and it drained batteries like a motherfucker because it was backlit, which is a good idea, and a color screen. But man, if you get like 2 hours out of it, you're lucky.
So D tier.
Well, the other end of it is you can plug it into the wall if you had AC adapters, so that's cool.
Yeah.
It could play Sega Master System games.
Nah, I don't know. I know nothing about it, so dude. You decide.
I'd throw it behind the Game Boy in C tier.
Okay.
Virtual Boy, just put that right there.
Yep, that works. The Neo Geo Pocket Color.
Is that a Pocket or a Pocket Color? It's a big difference.
Color. Neo Geo Pocket Color.
Yeah, let's assume it's a color. Okay.
I know nothing about it.
I don't know anyone that had one. They're really fucking cool if you play one, though.
Really?
That analog stick is clicky. It does like the micro switch, like click, click, click. It's really satisfying.
Okay.
Are
there any games on it?
It's SNK, so Metal Slug and fighting games.
Got it. So not my thing, but I can see why people like it.
If you want RPGs, this is not the system for you. It's cool, but I don't know. It didn't sell well here for a reason. I'm gonna
C or D.
I would put it right here, actually.
Not top of D. I feel like we're putting too many in C. That should
no, because it's not.
I would almost put the last 3 of C in that order at the top of D.
So I wouldn't, because if you handed me a Game Boy, a Game Gear, or a Neo Geo Pocket Color and said, "Here, you can have this," I'd be like, "Oh, sweet! I'll look into getting stuff for this." If you gave me an Atari, a Pico, or 3DO, I'd go, "I'm gonna sell these."
I feel like for me, that's the difference between D- and D+.
But like, I would get enjoyment out of these. I get no enjoyment out of these.
That's fair, I guess.
So,
I don't even know what a Bandai Wonder Swan.
It was a Japanese-only system. Its gimmick, see how it has 2 D-pads on the left?
Yeah.
So the gimmick was some games you could turn on its side, and like then you had a D-pad and a set of face buttons. So like Mr. Driller or Tetris. I don't know enough about it to really rank it fairly.
Sounds F tier to me.
No, it's definitely not. The Final Fantasy games, like 1 and 2 got ported to this. And they're like the best versions, people said.
Sounds like D tier to me.
I don't know. I don't know enough about it. Like I almost want to just leave it down here.
Nah, put it in D tier. It's fine. Top of D tier.
Nobody will get mad at that. Okay. Game Boy Advance. So are we calling the SP in here?
I mean, yeah, because SP and Advance play the same stuff, so I would just say Game Boy Color through Game Boy SP. S tier, baby.
Yeah. Portable Super Nintendo, motherfucker.
I would put it top of S tier. It's better than everything up there.
Bold.
Not only is it a portable SNES, because it has pretty much all the good SNES and NES games on it, but you start adding all the Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance games to that list, holy shit, this library is massive with lots of shit and lots of fucking quadruple S tier games.
The only holdback from those is some games were kind of crunched at the small screen, but like whatever.
That's when you get to the SP kind of being able to go to the 2 different side screens for the older games.
No, I'm just saying the way games are programmed, like Donkey Kong Country,
okay.
It's just zoomed in. That kind of comes with the territory, I guess. I mean, look, what's bad about a Game Boy Advance other than like the original one had no backlight and it was hard to see?
Yeah, I can name so many games just off the top of my head right now that are the reason it's S tier. Like, just go through with the whole Pokemon series, Fire Emblem. The only like Zelda games I enjoyed that weren't Ocarina of Time, I played on Game Boy. And I'm not saying they're exclusive or anything because they probably were on like other systems, but I didn't care. Let's just say I'm also biased because at the one point in my life in middle school, I literally was being called Game Boy freak by people because literally I wouldn't go anywhere without my Game Boy.
You know what we're also not considering in this? Fucking Pokemon.
I said Pokemon at the beginning of the list.
You did?
Yeah, that was the first thing I said. I said Pokemon, Fire Emblem. Like, I
missed Pokemon.
So many things.
I'm an asshole.
And again, like all the older Final Fantasies got put on it.
Also, if you want to play them on a TV, Game Boy player.
Yeah.
I guess if that counts. I don't know if it does or not.
I'd count it. Fuck it.
Yeah. All right.
Like, honestly, like in my opinion, with the library and everything and the life cycle, because they kept coming out with new advances after the color and stuff, like Game Boy might be the best overall system. Like I can't think of anything that you'd put above it.
Solid. N-Gage is going right here.
Know nothing about it. That works.
So you might know it's a cell phone, right? Or cell phone game system. The shitty part is...
Chris told me a little bit about it.
So the screen is vertical, which is really good for all the games you play in your life. You know, you only want to see like in portrait mode on a phone. Awesome. The shitty part about it was that the games, at least on the first model, were under the battery. So you had to take that battery out to swap a game.
Yeah.
That's fucking dumb, because now you shut your phone off, gotta wait for it to boot up. 2 buttons for 3D games, a D-pad and an A and B button, pretty shitty. And also to talk on it, you would think like you put the screen up against your face, right?
Yeah.
No, you hold it on its end and you hold it
Oh,
like a
yeah,
taco.
yeah. No. That's right. I did know that, actually.
Yes.
The whole thing was just stupid.
Good idea. Started the mobile
Stupid.
game market, which could be good or bad, I guess. Depending on how you look at that.
All right, next one. In television. I don't know enough about...
It's a little worse than an Atari. That's all I would say about it.
Fair.
I have nothing really great to say about in television. DS.
DS. Tier.
Where? I keep losing you when you say it.
B.
B. B is fair. B is fair because I would have put 3DS in like A or S.
I just lost you. Nice.
I'm losing you now. This Evergreen is going well. 3D. We'll get the 3DS, but like B tier, just because it had 3D games and you only had a D-pad.
Yeah.
Which is kind of shitty. But this one specifically played Game Boy Advance games, which was cool. So
would be able to go in S tier for me because of like. But if we're just talking about the DS in general and just the DS game of libraries, which I lost you again.
I lost you again, so you're fine.
Okay, so if we just go with like the DS and like the DS game of library of games, I can't English today.
Yeah,
I'd go B. If we're going the fact that the original could still play advanced games and stuff, then maybe S. But just DS based off of DS, B.
Well, I'd also throw it B for one shitty reason is that you have a Game Boy Advance slot, but it can't play color or original games, and I'm mad at it for that.
I was also very mad at it for that, so that's fair.
B it is. PSP though.
I think it should be higher up in B though.
I would put it before that.
That's fine.
Okay. PSP. I'm gonna say B as well.
B? I have to go B. Yeah. There's some really great games. I say there's some really great games on it.
Yeah.
But I think the PS get love in America.
Yeah. I don't hate I hate the proprietary memory cards, but I used to be obsessed with my PSP. Like I played SmackDown and versus Raw on that more than my PS2.
So like with the PSP and the Vita, I think they're both good systems that like got it.
Yeah.
I was thinking. I froze for a second thinking.
Good timing.
Like once I got it, I loved them, but there was nothing between its lack of marketing in the US and like there was nothing enticing me to get it when I was younger when they came out. Like they didn't really do much for me that like I want to go get that. But then once I did get it because I got it later in life, like there's so many games on both of them that I just love.
Right. The PSP's good. I even remember when it got the 2.0 update and you can use the internet browser on it. That was like my first my internet browser. I was obsessed with I brought my PSP everywhere. I played Madden 07 to death on that, believe it or not.
That's funny.
Like it was just our wrestling team. We used to carry PSPs. Everyone was playing Madden with each other. I played a lot of like Godfather, believe it or not, on that. There's good shit. Twisted Metal Head On is still one of my favorite Twisted Metals. And
That's
I know
kind of funny.
Yeah, it's not a popular one, but like I played it to death on here. It's just good, man. SOCOM, the Fireteam Bravo games.
Oh, didn't it have one of the Final Fantasy Tactics on PSP?
Yep. They had that.
War of the Lions or something like that.
I think that was a remake, if I remember right.
Was it? I'm not sure.
There's just good shit on there, man. I don't know. I got to put it in B, but I don't know where in B. I'd probably put it
right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I feel like because of like marketing mixed with like the exclusives that the DS had with like Pokemon and shit, like it's better than the PSP.
Are we calling an Xbox One better than these things, or should this be right here?
Yeah, I agree. That should go down.
Yeah. We'll double look over this. 3DS I'd put in A or S.
I think it's high A.
High A, where in A? Would you say? Like, huh?
I would almost go to the top of A. Yeah.
Okay.
Because like, you couldn't go back and play Game Boy Advance games on it, really.
I didn't care about that for the system, though.
But like, I mean, I kind of did because, again, it's bigger screens and getting better. Like, I wish I could play more of those Game Boy Advance games. Granted, now I can totally not play it on my computer screen with my totally not emulator.
Why would you do that?
But
crazy.
But like, I don't know. I've always been a huge like handheld with Nintendo fan. They've always like, I think the handheld Nintendo games that were only handheld systems, like the DS, Game Boy, and stuff, are Nintendo's top systems by far, and one of the few things that they do right 90% of the time.
I remember, I could be wrong, but I remember you playing a DS at tournaments a lot, actually.
Yeah, always.
Yeah.
Every wrestling tournament,
Yeah.
me and the whole team would bring DS, 3DS. We'd be playing Pokemon, Fire Emblem.
There was the only thing I hated about the 3DS is that its launch price sucked. That almost killed me.
I don't remember.
It was like $250 at launch.
That's fair. I'd still pay that.
I mean, yeah, the battery life on the original was kind of ass. The 3D effect on the original was kind of ass.
I never cared about that. I literally got it for the games.
Oh yeah. No, I'm just naming everything.
No, that's fair. No, that's fair. I'm just saying, like, me personally, I got it for the new Pokemon games, the new Fire Emblem games. Those were the main two that I really loved.
I love my new 3DS XL, but I really want that Fire Emblem one because that blue is
bad.
That blue is beautiful.
That's the Fates one, right?
Awakening.
Was Awakenings was blue? Because there's a Fates 3DS also.
There's the launch blue. I don't like it's too turquoisey, but that Fire Emblem like cerulean ass blue.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks so good.
Yeah, I almost bought one not too long ago, actually.
I also have a sentimental attachment, and I wish I didn't sell it. But the first year me and Tina were dating, she got me a 3DS for Christmas. And it just, I don't know, I got a new 3DS XL, so I upgraded it. I feel bad because like I should have kept that. She got it for me.
Yeah.
But that was the point where like the 3DS supported me because I used to be that asshole that was like, oh, my phone plays games. Like, I don't know. I don't really need to carry a DS around with me. And like phone games are like whatever, you know. There was a time when mobile games were actually kind of promising.
Yeah.
But like then free to play came into play. But anyway, the second I got that 3DS, life was changed portable gaming. I was back in it. I was like,
it's so good.
I was like, these are fucking games, man. I'm playing fucking Dracula on my like iPhone that I had at the time. I was like, this is good enough. But fucking 3DS brought me right back into like real fucking games. You know?
I'm about it. I think that's a good spot for it.
The Vita. I would put it below the PSP.
Really, I'd put it above the PSP.
I only would put it.
I was gonna put it top of B, bottom of A.
So I would put it below a PSP because the physical games for it, like Sony just stopped giving a shit about this thing the second they put it out. So like finding physical games for it sucks. I don't like the proprietary memory cards or the proprietary charger in the original. Like that was shitty, and it kind of set me off from actually buying it.
Two reasons.
Two
reasons.
Okay.
One, Persona 4 Golden.
Yeah, but it's a PS2 game. Whatever.
Not Golden.
Here we go with the royal argument again. Go ahead.
See, the difference is so we're not gonna go in the whole argument, but if they take the game and then add shit to it, like a bunch of shit, that it's actually like the story is partially different in 4 and 4 Golden.
I guess I just didn't play it, so I can't speak fairly.
So like that, and then 2 PS TV.
If I could find one, but the problem with the PS TV is that there's so many.
I have one.
Well, yes, if you can find one now, they're hard.
It's
but like
a
lot
really
of games are
hard. Just go online. It's the same
expensive.
price as the Vita.
No, yeah,
literally the exact same price as the Vita.
I don't want to do that. But like, there's a lot of touchscreen stuff that you have to like kind of fudge in there to work to make it.
I've had no troubles with it.
You got to play a game that has a lot of touch controls.
I don't know. I've had great experiences with it, and as someone who pretty much only plays my Switch dock now, the PS TV is wonderful.
It's fine. It's just like
I think it's what puts it above the PSP.
It's just that like I feel like there's more games for the PSP. You know, like everything I play in my Vita is honestly a PSP or a PS1 game.
But the fact that it can play those and then also has its own library.
So it does, but the thing is, like, playing PS1 games on it is kind of a pain in the ass because the back.
Then why do you do it?
Just because I can, but like the back touchpad is like not great for like L1 and R1 or L2 and R2.
You're literally the only person I've ever talked to that wants to put the Vita below the PSP.
Reluctantly, like I can see the argument for going above it.
I honestly would put Vita top of B, bottom of A. Personally.
I personally, and I know I'm one of the only people that say this too, I like the Slim better. I know the screen's not as good, but it uses a fucking micro USB cable, so I don't have to buy a special cable.
I don't know. I again would put it top of B, bottom of A. Personally, one of those two.
Above the DS?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the DS has a better library, obviously.
Yeah.
This is a better system overall, personally.
Okay. I mean, I'm not heartbroken that it's going where it is. Like,
yeah.
This is that. Ouya. I had an Ouya.
Honestly, dude, up until we get to the NES, really, the rest of this shit's all you. I know nothing about any of them.
I had an Ouya.
Even the fucking ColecoVision, I know nothing about.
The Ouya is a great emulation machine. It's sleek. It looks like a little cube, but like, it was just fucking Android games, man. And
really?
Android games, like, I know you can get a controller for your phone, but they're based around fucking touchscreen.
Yeah, no,
like,
no idea.
I would almost put it in F, but it's a good emulation
That's
machine,
fine.
so I'll keep it right here in D.
Okay.
Nintendo
Game & Watch, bro.
It's okay. It's just simple LCD games.
I would put it D. There's no way you put it C.
Okay. Also, actually, you know what? You can get Game & Watch collections for the Game Boys, so it's fine down there. ColecoVision can go right here. It's
D.
It's a little better than Intellivision. Just doesn't have as much clout as the Atari. So, yeah. Oh, here's the Atari 5200. It's a piece of shit. It is. The controller doesn't fucking work.
If you want to skip ahead and grab the Atari 7800 and put it in F, also.
I would put the Atari 7800 above the 26.
Really?
Because it can play 2600 games.
That's fair. Respect.
Famicom and NES.
I'd put them in A tier.
I almost want to put it in B.
I just think there's too much, like they kind of set the road for a lot of like top genre games now. Like, I don't know, it's a lot of history in the system. There's still people that go back. Like, it's not a SNES, but a lot of people still go back and play NES games on the daily. There's a lot of like the original Final Fantasy, the original SMT games when they were just Megami Tensei for me.
I mean, it had Super Mario Brothers. It's like an A, but I wonder how much is like nostalgia versus like.
The only reason I'm going to say that it's not is like, yeah, it's not as good as the SNES, but people still go back on the daily and play NES games all the time.
True.
It's not like the N64 where most people will be like, GoldenEye's the greatest game of all time. But then they haven't played it in 15 years.
Speaking of just a little nostalgia thing real quick. You want to know what else I hate about people from the N64 era, let's call it? I hate when they say the first Bond movie and they say GoldenEye. Because that's the one you grew up with? It's not the fucking first. Or people say the first GTA and they're talking about GTA 3. It literally has a fucking 3 in the title.
I love GTA 2, though. I hate that it doesn't get love. I thought it was a fun game.
Have you played Retro City Rampage?
No.
I feel like you would like it because it's like top-down GTA.
Is it? Yeah. So I'd probably like it. Yeah. Because that's what I loved about 2.
So I'd
go A tier. I'd put it just below the Switch.
Famicom, I would put below the NES this time because it only has RF. And the controller...
It looks so cool, though.
It does look cool, but like it only has RF, and the controllers are hardwired, so if your controller breaks, you're fucked.
Yeah. That's interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, those controllers are stuck to it. And also, the wire's about this long. So
nice.
Japanese culture, they like to have the console right next to them. I don't know why, it's weird. Master System, I don't know dick about it.
I don't know anything about it.
I know it's a worse
I'm gonna look
NES.
stuff since it's the last system. I'm gonna look stuff up about it.
Here's the thing, so I'll fill in the time. Graphically, it was more powerful than an NES. But the problem is, your graphics don't mean shit if you don't have good games. So
whoa, it's almost like the PS4 X-Bone argument. Holy moly!
Whoa.
Sorry, I got excited there.
It's cool. I like the way it looks, but I I don't know. There's no reason I would get one over an NES personally. That's another system. My sole experience of it comes from the Virtual Console. So
that's fair. I'm looking to see like the exclusives first. There's
the
not
only
really...
one I care about is I think it's called the Vampire like Mask of Darkness or something like that, and it's just straight up Castlevania.
It's not even on here as an exclusive, which means it's probably been ported to something.
It's also on the Game Gear. That's why.
There you go.
But the
came in two formats: ROM cartridges or white Sega cards.
Oh, it has the Hue card things, but the thing is, those sold so poorly that they dropped it on the second model of the system. So
I know it's on other stuff, but Phantasy Star was on it. Their flagship character at the time, Alex Kidd.
Yeah, everyone's favorite. You know, he's still out there doing. I don't know. All
right, so I guess Wonder Boy 3: The Dragon's Trap was influential because it blended platform gameplay with RPG elements, which is a very big thing now.
Real quick. Go on. That was it. That's how I feel about that.
I don't even know what that was.
I made a fart noise because I don't give a shit about it.
I mean, it's still kind of cool. I would check it out because of that.
Well, lucky for you, it got remade, and it's on modern systems now.
What is the Wonder Boy game?
Yep.
So you actually know what it is? 'Cause I'd never heard of it.
I just know it got remakes, but I've never...
Okay. I would give it a shot since it's like, it kind of like made platforming mixed with RPGs a thing.
It exists. But like what throws me off here is that like, so we have the Game Gear, which is a portable Master System that can also play the cartridges. Like, do I put them in the same tier? Do I not? Like,
looking at it, I'd probably put it in D tier.
What? I guess.
I don't know.
I'd put it right here.
That's fine.
So yeah, okay. So let's run through every.
I'm gonna let you, because some of these systems I don't know without the list. That's why I had Chris send me the list of the systems.
You could have just.
I don't know some of them.
You could have just followed me, man. It would have helped you. You know.
Yeah, but I didn't know how much. Like, I should have known because you've worked at every game store ever that you'd know all of them. But I didn't.
Yeah.
So I wanted to make sure. I wanted to make sure we had a list of all of them.
All right. Well, let's start at the top where you know things, Aaron. So this S tier ranking.
Number one system.
Well, hold on. Do we like the order?
I do.
Okay.
The only thing I could see someone arguing is PS4 above PS2, but I like PS2 more. But
they're like.
But the thing is, most PS2 games I'd play now are ported to PS4.
They are. I feel like there's not a lot of them.
They're either like ported or remade or whatever on PS4, like Final Fantasy X, my favorite game of all time, not named Persona. I don't know.
Okay. Well, so let's read it off, Aaron.
Game Boy Advance /SP. We're including SP in that.
And color. And color, don't forget.
Oh yeah, and color, which is super why it's number one. You got the SNESy Boy and its Japanese SNESy Boy.
Mm-hmm.
The Famicom of Super NES.
Whoa.
PlayStation DOS.
I gotta poop.
And PlayStation 4. I do too. I'm glad we're almost done.
Yeah, good. This went long. Sorry, guys, but you know, Patreon, we love you.
And we like talking about game systems because we're fucking nerds.
I'm not. I don't consider I don't consider myself a nerd. I'm not wearing a Mario shirt. Shut up.
You don't have like video game tattoos?
Not yet, actually. So, side note, I wanted my douchey tribal tattoo. I wanted to get Pac-Man with dots just kind of rolling in here.
Dude, why don't you do that? That would have been amazing.
Tina's like, that's fucking stupid. So, just a side plug, everybody. Aaron can't see this because it's my Twitch stream, but I shot it over. See this little jar down here? It says Tattoo Fund. I'm just saying, you know, bits, donations, subscriptions. I'm just throwing, I got a tattoo fund there. Anyway, you can't see that, but I switched it over for the video.
Okay, bro.
A tier, I'm mostly happy with this.
I could flip-flop 2 through 4 in any order, really.
2 through
4.
Yeah.
I'm fine with it the way it is.
I'll read it. We have our high-quality JPEG of the 3DS, then our potato-quality Xbox, a GameCube, PlayStation 1, the 360, the PS3, the Switch, the NES and the Famicom, with, narrowing it out a little bit. And then the Genesis. I'm good with that order. B tier. I would almost switch PSP and DS, but like
I think the library of DS keeps it ahead. That's why you could even put the PS Vita down one if you want. Honestly, I think the library of the DS is just better.
Okay, well B tier it is then. Aaron,
I'm fine with that. Because that's like straight up B plus. Like I don't know.
Read it off.
That's a Dreamcast at the end, right?
Yeah, that is the Dream Boy.
My microphone's in the way, so I can only see part of it.
Your microphone.
Yeah, boy. B tier. We got that DSe boy, the Vita, the PSP, the X boned hard, the N64, and the Dreamcast.
C tier.
All right, the rest of the lists are you, because I don't know the rest.
You don't know the C tier? All right, fine. The C tier.
There's a couple in C tier. I'm kind of like, looking at them. I don't know what they are.
C tier, we got the Saturn, the Wii U, the Wii, the TG16, Kanye, what up? The Game Boy, the Game Gear, and the Neo Geo Pocket / Color, whatever, same thing. Swallow. D tier, we have our Master System WonderSwan Color, 7800, 2600, our ColecoVision, the Intellivision. Oh, wait, I gotta move ColecoVision up just one.
Why?
Because the ColecoVision, let me finish this list first. ColecoVision 2600, Intellivision, Pico, 3DO, Ouya, and the Game Watch. So the thing about the ColecoVision is, we were still learning about copyright laws back in this day and age, right? And the Coleco just straight up big dicked Atari, and they made an attachment for their system that played 2600 games. They just big dicked the fuck out of them. And they were like, you can't do that, that's illegal. And they were like, guess what? There's nothing that says we can't. So copyright law had to be like, okay, I guess we didn't have to fucking do this, but so just for big dicking Atari like that,
I respect that.
Our F tier, we get zero enjoyment out of. Actually, I'm gonna move the Virtual Boy right here for the cool factor.
Yeah, we didn't order F tier at all, so you kind of just threw them at the end. So if you want to move it around, that's on you.
I'm pretty okay with it.
The phone should be the end.
No, the Magnavox is at the end. No, you know what? The 5200 doesn't even fucking work, so that's gonna go on the bottom. We're gonna go with Virtual Boy, Jaguar, CDI, N-Gage, Magnavox Odyssey, and then the Atari 5200. And that's it, man.
I dig it. Save this list and send it to me, because I'm gonna send it to Chris.
Yeah. All right. Console tiers. Let's type this here. Console tiers for Patreon people. Patreon.
This will probably be uploaded within a day. I don't know. There's not much editing.
No,
I don't think you have to do.
I don't have to do much. I just have to trim it.
I would just throw the intro song at the beginning.
Yeah.
So that way, whenever we do release this, all we have to do is add the other intro to the beginning.
Yeah, we'll talk around the background. How do you like my wallpaper, by the way, Aaron? Oh, you can't. I lost Aaron.
I can't see it.
Oh, you can't lie.
Because you closed the stream.
I closed the stream?
Yeah. So now all I see is me and you.
Sorry. Hold on.
Because you only had that page open. You didn't have it on screen.
Shit, you're right. I did. Oh well, it's Ghost of Sushi.
You're playing Sushi Ghost. So I would say so. You're probably having.
So it's Sushi Ghost. Don't you worry about that. I lost Aaron.
It's okay. My background's definitely not baby metal.
Aaron, you have a problem.
It's not a problem.
It's only a problem if I want it to be.
Bingo.
I'm trying to find Aaron's face. Oh god, he's huge. You know, I'm gonna leave it like that for the end of the video. It's horrifyingly huge. So I didn't unzoom it now. Oh, that's great. All right, Aaron. Let's say goodbye.
Honestly, I don't even think we need to do a full outro because it's only going on Patreon. If we want to,
eventually, it's gonna be public, Aaron.
And we'll
I lost him.
Outro then when we got. Oh, I hate you so much. We'll do a public outro then when we get it. When I have better internet that's not cutting out every fucking.
I'm trying to follow your face as you're raging, and I can't. Goodbye, Patreon.